And that would lead them back home.
Welcome all to the Booze, Boobs, and Blood podcast. I'm your co-host, Ween.
And I'm Ray.
And we watch and review horror movies so you don't have to.
Yeah, I mean...
There's been a few.
And this tonight, I don't think it will be that bad.
No, not at all.
You know what was really bad?
What was that?
That this is the second fucking recording!
Yay! Accidents. I was going to leave that as my tickle pickle, but hey.
Well, here we go.
No, I'm kidding.
It's just that I get to see your beautiful face.
Take
twice
two.
in
Hey, why not?
3 times this week, so I'm in love.
Yes, I love. Cheers.
Cheers. Sláinte.
Sláinte, the toast of our people. So apart from the accidental deletion, Miss Ray.
Yeah.
What is your pickle tickle?
The
beauty of this is that you can change it.
Yeah.
It can be whatever the fuck you want.
Yep. So now, okay, I know what it is. The pickle embargo is over! I like a
Huzzah!
I can now get pickles again. Not that I couldn't get pickles before, but this is a specific brand.
Special pickles.
They're special pickles.
Very.
From Breakneck, New Jersey, I think it's what it's called. But it's called Picklelicious. I know I've recommended on this show before.
Definitely.
So
we love them pickles, guys.
Yep. And Ween had one today.
I certainly did. I had a full sour. It was delightful. Mm-hmm. Delightful.
There is, and I do have full sour horseradish ones upstairs.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. But they are now shipping again. They had held off because it was so hot.
Hooray!
Yay!
Pickles.
So
awesome.
Legit pickle tickle.
There you go.
Yep.
You have pickles to tickle.
Oh.
With your mouth.
Put them in your mouth.
Put them in your mouth and suck them.
Ween.
Yo, Ray.
What is your tickle pickle?
Well.
Wait, your pickle tickle.
See? I've done it too.
Yep.
It's so easy to do.
Uh-huh.
Seeing your bright, shiny face again.
Oh.
Honestly, it's been a week.
It's been a while.
Isn't it? It's been a while. Hasn't it? Hasn't it for everyone, though?
Yeah. This week feels like a fucking month.
I went last night to a foosball game. Not foosball, but football. My boyfriend's daughter's in the marching band. Yay, band!
Yay.
And we got to see her march on First Energy Stadium, which is where the local Cleveland Browns play.
This local little team.
It's just this little team.
Yeah.
I've never actually been to that stadium.
I haven't.
I've had no reason to. I know that they do concerts and stuff like that, but
yeah. I've been to 0 Browns games.
Yeah. I mean, decent, you know, it was a nice place.
Yeah.
Stuff. But, you know, it was cool.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, like, I know I don't give a fuck about it, but I was thinking about all those kids that are playing, and they've got to be fucking stoked.
Yeah. Also, the school that's normally playing there, fuck you.
Yeah.
And your money.
Because they don't have a stadium.
Still.
That's why.
Can you imagine how much they're paying to play there?
They're raking the money.
Yeah.
Raking it in.
Yeah.
So it was cool. It was kind of thrilling. It was a cool experience. So yay.
Oh, that's fun.
And a really cool experience for her, more importantly. So
yeah. I mean,
especially,
the band
Yeah.
is not going to, I mean, well, for the most part, no bands experience that.
No.
Because they don't do that.
No, not in professional sport. And
No.
in college they do.
Yeah.
And that's
somebody gets
cool.
to dot that I.
Yeah. O-H.
I-O?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Like, is that the thing? Is that what I'm supposed to do?
I'm trying to do all the things that I cannot remember.
I'm faking it. I'm faking it till I make it, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I know enough that, you know.
Well, I know it's Script Ohio. That's what they
Yes.
call it. And it's script.
Yes.
It's dotting the I, and it's usually isn't it the
That I don't know. Is it usually tuba?
Yeah, I think you have to. I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter.
No. But it is cool.
It is cool.
Nonetheless.
I agree.
Did you see their Top Gun show?
Wait, what?
Okay. The Ohio State
don't
Buckeye
forget that
Band.
dub.
That's right. The Ohio State Buckeye Band. Look it up on YouTube. The Ohio State Marching Band Top Gun show. They played a bunch of songs from the Top Gun soundtrack.
Nice.
And their formations were amazing. They did like aviator sunglasses. They did a fucking plane going off.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, that's fucking cool.
We might need to watch it.
You should. Honestly, it was impressive.
Yeah.
Because that shit's hard. Like, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. That shit's hard. They have to, somebody has to
plan all
lay
that
out, right, the format and placing people at just the right parts and places to make it look. And
time it.
They also did a Michael Jackson show.
Oh, cool.
And they did the moonwalk. They formed 2 legs and walked backwards. It was amazing.
That's cool.
The Ohio State Marching Band. Go Bucks!
Well, it is the Ohio
State Marching Band.
Fuck all you fakers. This is the Ohio State.
So it's cool.
Oh, there's that documentary's coming out about the wrestling at Ohio State. At the Ohio State. That GYM Jordan was involved in.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bad day for that douchebag. Thank you, George Clooney.
Thank you.
Thank you for being sexy and
informative.
Yeah. Putting some light on some corruption and pedophilia.
So, we need a favor, guys. We need a favor from y'all. Ray and I are trying to figure out which haunted houses we want to go to this season.
Yeah, there's so many.
We're local. We're Northeastern Ohio, so put your brains together for those who listen.
Yeah.
And if there are some in particular that are like, dudes, you don't want to miss this.
Right.
Email us at boozeboobsandbloodpodcast.com at gmail.com.
And if you know somebody who's like works with the haunted house,
and who's willing to chat with us,
that'd
be amazing.
And possibly let us record if we go. Like, because I know that some places are not cool with that.
Yeah.
But.
Like last in February, we went to the Akron Schoolhouse and Laboratory, and they had a special Valentine's. It was like Cupid's something. Revenge. But we ended up, we met a lot of cool people. We went through, it was amazing, the animatronics. It was really good. And we ended up talking to to one of the workers, and told him what we were doing and that we're a podcast. And he was like, totally down to earth and talking to us a lot about, the people that run this. They're like a family.
Right.
They're, a surrogate family, and they take care of each other. They look out for one another, and they do this strictly because they love it.
Yeah.
And it was such a cool conversation, and it was nice to get the inside tea on how things work and, how long it takes them to put shit together.
Yeah.
And how much they get out of it. It's really, really cool.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
But there's just so many around here. I mean, I'm sure other places there's probably more, but I think for what we're looking at in the time period and travel and that sort of thing, and places for us to stay because we can't drive.
Learn the hard way.
Yep.
We should not drive. At the
If
end of the night, no.
Nope. If there's an open bar.
Don't make the same mistake we did.
Because that's how you really enjoy it.
Yes, it was great. That was the only way I could go because
you were so good, though.
I needed some liquid courage.
You were so good.
It helped.
Yeah. Me standing in front of the animatronic.
I know you were clapping in front of it, because it wasn't working. There was just one animatronic that was, and it was massive. Yeah. That was frozen or maybe out of battery. I don't know what, but that wasn't working.
It was
and you were like, we were wasted, and you were like, fucking work. It was so funny.
I'm a class act, guys.
I love it. No, I wouldn't have had it any other way. It was great.
You wouldn't have any other
Ray. Love it.
Love it.
I love you.
I love you.
So yeah, if you think of it, if you have any ideas or any particular places that are like that you were fucking stoked at, email us, tweet us, Insta us, however that works.
Yeah. We'll give you all the deets at the end of the episode, so you got to wait till then. we trapped you. We trapped you.
Gotcha. Gotcha journalism.
Gotcha. What was that stupid thing he used to say? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I won't get fooled again.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yep.
So what are we talking about today, Ray?
Well, we have quite the creature feature here today.
Yes, we do.
We have 1980s Humanoids from the Deep. And then 1982's Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing.
Swamp.
Swamp Thing. Swamp. Swamp.
It's a sassy swamp. Swamp Thing with designer sunglasses.
You make my algae sing. I don't know. Just being a dick.
I like it.
Beautiful.
So we're going to take a little bit of a little breaky for us.
Break
and then we're going to come back and talk about Humanoids from the Deep.
Sweet. In 2 and 2.
Yep.
Welcome back, people.
Welcome back, bitches!
Sorry for that startlingly loud intro, but welcome back nonetheless.
Welcome back. So, Humanoids from the Deep. And we had a fun little, we have a little bit more insight on this one because we both caught the last drive-in with Joe Bob Briggs, where he has a discussion he gives his usual Joe Bob insight, but then he also talks with Roger Corman, who is the producer of this movie.
And you can view this we viewed this on Shudder. I think that's the only place, right?
It's on Tubi, I think, too.
Oh, it is on Tubi?
I think so.
Yeah. But it's really cool. Like, he'll give like an intro, and he did an interview with producer Roger Corman,
right?
And kind of intermittently through the movie while the movie's playing, so it's kind of neat.
Well, and I was thinking about it today. There was an actual Roger Corman movie that Joe Bob did. I'm pretty sure was the same season, and he brought Roger in again, cool. Yeah, and talked about that episode. And it's been a while since I've seen that episode. But the man's 95, going strong, still working.
Yeah.
And what we were talking a little bit, they were talking about was Roger Corman started New World Pictures, and that's that was. Like, if I think of New World now, I think of international movies. Yeah. And because
that's really what he wanted to branch out into.
Right. And this man is so brilliant. I mean, all he would do is he'd start these distributing companies. He'd make a ton of money, sell them, open a new one the next day. Yeah. But they, so many awesome directors and producers came through New World. And they did, like, I'm looking at my list. Bogdanovich, Scorsese, Coppola, Ron Howard, Joe Dante, James Cameron, Jonathan Demme, all had their start at New World. Yeah. That's a pretty amazing list.
Yeah. James Cameron in particular, he started as a trailer cutter. He would cut trailers for these movies. And that's how he met James Horner, because James Horner did the music for this movie, Humanoids of the Deep. Yep. And James Horner and James Cameron became friends, and in '97, that's how we got Titanic. My heart will go on wherever you are.
You do such a good scene.
The heart does go on.
Yeah, you did. Sing like you got a mouthful of bottles. So there is the director of this, Barbara Peters, was hired on, and Roger had one. He sits down with the directors.
You had one job.
You got one job. That job is, remember, the key is this: the humanoids come out of the ocean, they kill the men, and they assault the women. She said, "Got it."
Done.
They kill the men and they assault the women.
Got it.
Got it. She didn't do her job. And she did part of her job. She did half of it. And
there weren't any scenes assaulting women, which I kind of get.
I get as a woman,
yes,
and as a survivor, I get. But at the same time, and
it could have been done. It could have been done.
But you're working for Roger Corman.
Yeah, and this was 1980.
You know his
They just wanted to see tits. Is basically what they wanted. That's all they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have to do it in a Anyway,
but I mean, what she turned in was not what he wanted.
Yeah. So they had to do second unit shots,
and she now has disavowed the movie.
Which it sucks, because it was really good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and I
thought it was well done.
A decent amount of money.
Yeah.
So,
in terms,
it was successful. So, suck it up, Barbara, and take it on, you know?
Yeah.
So
running time, 1 hour, 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to get into it? Or do you have more production stuff?
2 more things.
Okay.
Vic Morrow is in this movie.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He was in... Who met his untimely demise in the Twilight Zone movie.
Yeah,
along with 2 little babies.
John Landis.
That was rough.
That was
rough.
You ever want to see somebody decapitated on film?
Yeah. There's
the best is they fucking kept it in the film.
It was their only shot.
I know, but still,
you can't refilm that.
No, you can't.
Yeah, that fucking sucked.
Yeah.
There's an interesting, and if you're ever able to look at it, you can rent it on YouTube or check it out on Shudder. There's a docuseries called Cursed Films, and among them is The Twilight Zone, namely because of these horrific deaths.
Yeah, that could have been completely avoided.
Mm-hmm. But accidents are accidents, I guess, and... That's kind of what they said in court, anyway. So
I mean, John Landis hasn't really worked since then.
No, not much. No,
his stupid son has, but he hasn't. The other person is Doug McClure, and these are the 2 pretty much the biggest names in this.
Yeah,
Doug McClure
and supermodel.
Oh, Ann Turkle, the trumpet.
Yeah.
Ann Turkle. Yeah. Doug McClure, inspiration for Troy McClure from The Simpsons, voiced by Phil Hartman.
Love it.
Like a Western actor. That's what he was mostly known for.
Yeah,
were those 60s Westerns. Yeah, handsome, rugged-looking guy.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, Ann Turkle. She can't act her way out of a wet paper bag.
She did okay.
She was fine.
She did all right.
I mean, we've seen worse.
Definitely
in this
movie. The fucking sheriff is the sheriff is entertainingly bad.
Oh, God.
This was some local community theater actor that was
we should look
or even not, maybe not, but he had to be some kind of local or something that they needed at the last minute here, slap on this outfit and say these lines. He was probably
the bottom of the list, and then someone dropped out.
Yeah. That's how Roger Corman rolls, y'all. If somebody drops out, everybody else from the bottom rung moves up moves up a level.
So if the leading lady goes.
Right. Then your sub-leading lady now is cast as leading lady and so forth.
Yeah. I mean,
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it doesn't mean if it matters to the story or anything. I'm looking to see who the sheriff was. Did he have a name or was he sheriff? Oh, I'm not going to find it because there's no. Oh,
this is probably his only role. I imagine.
Maybe it's Dickie Moore. It might have been the character.
Has to be his only role. If he had other roles, I'm gonna cry. He's got
a picture, man. Oh, I'm pretty sure this is who it's is.
It's not from this movie.
He's got a. Yes, this is who it. No, he's still with us.
What?
I'm pretty sure this is the guy. Does that look like him?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he was in a ton of movies. Let's see.
Oh God.
He stopped pretty much in 1998, but like he was. There's a Frankenstein: The College Years. I want to watch that. I see Turner and Hooch. He was on Quantum. He was. Oh, he's in. We'll see him again. Very soon. No. Well, I don't know how soon. Because he was in Nightmare on Elm Street 5, the Dream Child.
What? Mm-hmm. Let me guess. As a sheriff?
Coach Ostro.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he was on Freddy's Nightmares, too. He's in Return of the Living Dead 2.
Oh, my.
Yep. Anyhow, so he had a career.
Ugh.
Okay, let's get into it.
He's awesomely bad.
Yeah, Ann Turkle looks like a cat now. So there you go.
Look it up. So
she does, man, though. Okay.
We open.
Smash cut.
Smash cut. We open with scenery on the ocean side. Yeah. We start out in the depths of the ocean among fish and seaweed.
Yeah.
And do we see the arm yet?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I think it's just POV camera.
Yeah.
Going through. And then...
Yeah.
Movie title, Monster, in huge ass lettering, and an itty bitty tiny lettering underneath, in parentheses, Humanoids of the Deep.
That's an afterthought. Oh yeah, that's right. That's what this fucking movie's called. Humanoids of the Deep.
What? Could we not decide what to call it?
Well, they actually.
They had a working title. Right. I did write that down.
What is it? Beneath
the Darkness.
Darkness. I couldn't think.
That was the working title to entice actors because Humanoids of the Deep sounded way lamer.
It was funny. I was going back over that. We've talked about it on this. Is that the movies that made us? Yeah. I was watching the RoboCop one, and Nancy Allen going. RoboCop? Is that the name? Is that the name we're going with?
That's what we're going. That was the decision.
Enter one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah. Oh
God, I fucking love it.
It was great.
I might need to watch it.
My boyfriend made me watch it semi-recently.
Oh, really? Yeah. Have you not seen it?
I had never seen it.
Did you? You guys obviously saw the one where like that guy gets decimated by Ed 201. Okay, because like the TV version cuts that out.
Yeah.
But
oh my God, it was so great.
I wrote a poem.
His dad used to record all these movies
from HBO. We all did. Mm-hmm.
There was like that, RoboCop and Commando and and Predator and shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My uncle and aunt had a whole that's what they had a collection. That's how I saw fucking Howard the Duck many fucking the time. Oh, Howie
the Duck.
That song is fucking bop though.
Hell yeah, Leah Thompson, get it.
Although she fucks a duck in it, so...
Fuck a duck.
Fuck a duck. With your weird duck condoms. Anyhow. Loose condoms. Loose condoms!
Oh, boy.
Anyhow.
Killer condom. That's another movie for a different day.
For years in the future.
When we're running out of material.
Yeah, I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
It probably will. That's one of the beauties of this podcast, P.S., is that we have nearly endless material.
Right. I mean... People keep making horror movies, so we'll get around to them.
Sooner or later, we'll actually get to some newer ones, promise.
Right. Yeah, we get some. Well, we're going to get some, and then at least the 2000s
coming get some.
Up. Hey! Oh!
Any hoozlebees. We open... in a sleepy fishing town on the ocean side.
It's very reminiscent of Jaws, like the Amity. It very reminiscent of Amity. Yeah,
it's we learn this later, but just to kind of set you up, it's because I was like, are we in Alaska? Are we in Maine? Like I couldn't figure out where we were.
California.
We're in Northern California, in Noyo, California.
Yeah, which I would assume is up close to San Francisco. I'm gonna look it up, see if it's a real place.
It is a real place.
Is it?
I did look it up that it was a real place.
Let's see where on the map it is. I would assume it's probably pretty close up there because they're all wearing coats, like
right. Like it's got to be. That's why I assumed Northern California because they're all wearing like like puffer vests and sweaters and jackets and stuff.
At one point, Jim and his lovely lady Linda, is it Linda?
Carol.
No, Carol are wearing matching puffer vests.
Puffer vests. So cute.
Oh yeah. So it's close to. Oh, it is the top of California. Yeah, it's up by. It's actually past. It's upper. It's almost. It's about halfway to Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's cold.
So
up
it's
there.
chilly. Yeah.
They get the weather. I mean, they all get fucking weather. They get the cooler weather. They get seasons.
Cool.
So
after the credits, or we're still continuing the credits, I think. Our lead man, Doug McClure, is Jim. And he's driving up in his truck with his brother Tommy, and he's mumbling something about how the salmon have all but left.
Yeah. The peace.
Peace out.
Yep.
He goes up on the dock. There's this like main pier in the town where everybody keeps their fishing boats. This is, everybody's main resource of income is fishing salmon, among maybe some other things. Salmon. Oh, for fuck's sake! That's like nails down a chalkboard when somebody pronounces it like that. Oh my god, I hate it. And it does happen a couple times. Yeah. Joe Bob Briggs, in fact, does it.
Well, he's from Texas. He's allowed to. Also, he's Joe Bob Briggs. He's allowed to.
There's that.
God, he was hot when he was young.
I bet.
Oh,
he's a handsome guy.
He's handsome.
He's
still handsome. Also, super fucking, smart. So, yeah.
Yeah, has a plethora. It has like
a Rolodex of information.
Of movie stuff. Because he used to work for a company, didn't he?
Well, he used to be the horror host on I think it was AMC, but for the longest time it was Monster Vision. Yeah, that's how he came up in the business. Is he's had a couple roles, but mostly he's been on a horror host.
Yeah,
but that's how he came up. He has
such extensive horror knowledge. Holy
he does.
Shit,
insiders sort of stuff too.
And knows a lot of people in the biz. And
yeah, I mean, with Joe Bob, you let him go on his rants because I don't know what his politics are in particular, but sometimes he's a little a lot. But then you just kind of go over it and you're like, it's just Joe Bob. He's from Texas. I mean,
what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? And also, it's fucking Joe Bob.
Hey. So we get on the pier, and one of the other characters we meet is Hank Slattery, played by Vic Morrow.
Yeah, it threw me because I was like, this. I looked him up, and I was like, oh fuck, this is the guy that dies in literally 2 years.
Yeah,
and I'm like, he aged quite a bit.
Yeah,
in those 2 years.
Yeah,
I mean, he's older here, but he's older in.
Yeah,
which is funny because he's supposed to be a Vietnam vet. So he's only supposed to be, because it's 1982, would only be he'd be in his 30s, right?
So if you were in Vietnam when you were 18, right out of high school,
that'd be 67.
67 through, the war didn't end until the early 70s.
Yeah, 72, 73. Mm-hmm. So he's looking rough. He's a rough 30.
Yeah, mid-30s, pushing 40 maybe at the max.
Yeah. And he's
yeah.
looking older than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also get Anthony Pena playing Harry Eagle.
Johnny.
Guys, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen the movie.
It's been
at least a week.
1 week since we saw the movie. 5 days since we recorded the last podcast. Yesterday we deleted it.
No, that was Wednesday.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm not good at improv singing.
I enjoy all of it. Especially when it's bare naked ladies.
Honestly, my boyfriend's way better. It's so funny. Anyway, Hank Slattery wants to open a cannery in the local town, which is quite an unpopular opinion, but the fishermen can't catch any fish.
Right, because they gone.
They gone.
They gone.
They pieced out.
They pieced.
Why did I say out like a Canadian? Out. They pieced out.
I don't know what it is.
I've been watching too much fucking like Letterkenny and Trailer Park Boys and I don't know.
I'm putting that on tomorrow. I'm gonna put it on tomorrow.
Letterkenny? Mm-hmm. Oh my god! Start from the beginning. It is so fucking funny.
You know why? Because it's a very good place to start.
Good place to start as any.
So we get this boat out on the ocean, and it's this little chubby boy reading comic books. As I was saying, he's like this dumb, chubby Corey Feldman looking kid. He didn't check the gas for the winch, and so he's rewarded with death.
Oh god. Deke, his father, Deke and his buddy, like, are catching something huge.
Gentlemen,
unbeknownst to them.
You got a humanoid in your net.
Exactly. We get POV cam down in the ocean, down in the net, and we see this swampy fish humanoid arm clawing its way out of the net.
Yep.
Meanwhile, up on the ship's deck, the father's yelling at this poor kid to help them.
Yeah.
Don't know how this, like, 4'0" kid is going to help, but okay.
He's just like, oh.
He's just, you know, the monster, oh, God. So the kid accidentally spills over this gas can, spilling gas all over the deck.
Literally like Final Destination.
It's so... Oh my gosh, one thing after another.
Yep.
And the Lord must really have it in for this poor little boy.
Yeah, that's what you get for reading comic books.
The kid falls in where they have the net, and like insta blood.
Yeah,
insta blood crawls up from.
I literally don't know how he beefs it into the water. I really don't.
I don't either. You just fucking.
But it is. It's like there was a balloon full of like a kid-sized balloon full of blood.
Yeah,
because it pops
instantly.
But something else happens instantly.
Right, luckily, Deke doesn't have to mourn for long.
Nope,
because the ship explodes.
Oh God, it is hysterical. I mean, it's horrible, but it's hysterical.
No, it is
because then all the boats around them are watching us, going like, "What the fuck?"
Like, oh, we gotta help. Yeah, including Jim. And Jim at first is seeing like them struggle,
right? And them screaming,
like hearing them scream, and it's like we gotta go help. And just as they're about to
like
kind of go out toward it. Poof! So he's like, well, there's something we can do now.
It's like as if someone put. I mean, also that wouldn't happen. A lot of the explosion, the fires in this is like someone put a fucking like a rocket launcher.
Everybody is walking around with dynamite, apparently. Yes. What the fuck?
Yeah, somebody is like offset just with a rocket launcher waiting like, I'm gonna get them. Because it just pieces. There's no humans left, chunks.
No. Explosion.
If it had been real, there had been pieces of Deke on the fucking shore.
Right. Falling onto Jim's ship.
Yes! Oh, here's Deke.
There he is. Okay, there he is again.
Yes! Let's see if we can get as much as we can get together. Maybe we can glue him back. We can sellotape him back together. The next scene is hysterical. Because it's dinner. It's dinner with Carol and the sheriff and Jim.
Yeah, so the sheriff is at Jim's house kind of interviewing him,
Yeah, definitely questioning him in a manner of like, what the fuck did you do?
Interrogating, right? Yeah. And Jim's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I saw this from afar like everybody else.
I was literally on my own boat.
Meanwhile, his dog, we had a debate over this, whether it was an Irish setter or a golden retriever. Yeah. I'm quite sure it was a red golden, like a golden retriever, but it has like a reddish tint to it.
And we'll fight later about it. His name is Baron.
I love that for a dog.
I know. What about for a kid?
Not so much. I like it when we're dog.
You know who I'm referring to.
Yes.
I'm
La Baron?
Oh, what a great car.
There you go. So Baron senses something and goes outside. Mm-hmm. And
Jim, sick him. It's a fucking lab. They don't sick. Have you ever seen a vicious lab? They're like, oh, I love you.
Oh my God.
You're my favorite thing.
That's true. I mean, depending on the breed, some dogs can be derpier than others, but
yeah,
a dog is a dog is a dog. It depends on how you train him, man.
I guess Jim's beating the shit out of it then.
I
guess. Get him.
Baron then
that Muppet, that dog Muppet gets fucking murdered.
It's like the camera work I thought was actually pretty good. Like they had a POV cam of like the dog attacking, like the dog is on top of you from the camera's perspective and like baring its teeth and like they got the dog riled up pretty well. But there's a struggle, and then I don't think we hear anything. We just hear the silence from the dog. And then the next morning, Jim and his wife, Carol, investigate because Baron never returned home in the morning.
Right. And this is where the serial jizzer comes into place. There's fucking jizz everywhere.
Like
slimy,
sludgy.
It looks like jizz. I'm not beating around the bush. And he puts his fucking hand in it.
I know.
This is the second goddamn movie where someone just puts their hand in shit where I was like, no touchy. No touchy.
No touching.
Just put it down. But he's like, oh, this looks like jizz. Let me touch it.
Jizz. And looks like sea jizz. I don't know.
Oh, semen. I must put it on.
Semen. Oh my God.
Oh, come here often? All over the place?
All over my trash cans. Yeah. Unfortunately, they do find Baron.
Do you notice? Question. In our first recording, I was going to ask you, but I forgot. Do you notice there's a lot of shots of people holding hands?
No, I didn't notice that.
These two run through town holding hands the whole time, which I was like, that's odd. But then there's like a close-up of not so much Jim and Carol, but Tommy and Linda at a couple points. It's just a shot of them holding hands, and I was like, "Is this mean something?" I don't know if you had noticed it.
Now that you point it out, a bit, but
maybe it meant something to Barbara Peters, but it was weird. It was enough that I noticed. I was like,
maybe just trying to quickly let you know these are couples. I don't know.
Could be, because we don't mean there's...
Same thing with Barry and Peggy.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
You know, they're running on the beach and holding hands.
Yeah. It's very... Yeah, you're probably right. Just to be like, we are a couple. We are holding hands.
This is established and seen.
Yeah. And waiting for the monster to come rape me. Cool.
So they find Baron. Yeah. They find Baron amongst all the seaweed and stuff, and like parts of Baron. It was really nasty.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah. Covered in gooey sludge.
But then we cut to town, and Slattery has the wonderful line, because all the dogs have been murdered.
Yeah, they get to the right. We go with Hank Slattery and his boys.
Boys. I just wrote, "See, bitch is a dog murderer," because the only dog left alive is
it's Johnny
quote, the
Angles.
Indians. Yeah.
Yeah. I said angle. I meant eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we get
Boys,
the most.
We got ourselves a problem.
So yeah,
racist.
You do. You got a sea bitch. Yeah. Speaking of sea bitches, this fucking scene.
See this bitch.
See this bitch's titties. This scene makes zero sense.
Yeah.
It's
just a rando shower scene.
And even though I joke that you see her tits, you don't. So I don't necessarily know what this is for. I guess because she's gorgeous and she's in lingerie. But I think we could probably, you know what, let's just skip it because it means nothing to the plot.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean...
I'll just read what I have.
It's Jerry, right?
Yeah. POV cam of the monster watching a woman, Peggy, getting ready for bed. She hears noises and goes to investigate. She grabs a meat fork. Whatever. Oh, she's startled by, as it turns out, her boyfriend. Yay, jump scares. And that's all there is about that.
That's pretty much it. And this film is rife with
lots of jump scares.
Cat jump scare?
Yeah, there's a cat jump scare.
I hate that. I hate fucking cat jump scare. But I don't know. Jerry
They're so cliche.
They are. Yeah. That and the medicine cabinet shutting and the monster being behind him.
Yeah.
Is Jerry one of Slattery's boys?
No.
Okay.
No, he's just a punk kid in town.
Cool.
Yeah.
We get to...
That wants to get laid. One of the many.
Yeah, when he doesn't because he was a prick. Yep. Yeah. Don't scare your girlfriend. She's not going to give you any.
No, she was like, I'm too scared. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
at the No-Yo Salmon Festival. Oh, what a festival. God, this thing is like the person in town who had the most beer. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. And my favorite line, though, is Slattery coming up the stairs to his wife.
Oh,
she's like,
are you drunk?
Have you been drinking? Of course I've been drinking. I'm at the No-Yo Salmon Festival.
What else is there to do?
Yeah. Well, we do get to see the festival, and it's coming up. It's better.
Oh, it is. It's way better.
Yeah.
The local honky tonk. The mayor introduces representatives from the canning company, including Miss Dr. Susan. This Miss Doctor, I shouldn't say that. Dr. Susan Drake, a quote great little scientist.
Yeah.
According to the mayor. Fuck you.
And this gorgeous woman has to dance with this little guy from the company. It's so funny. Because he ends up being such a dweeb.
Oh, yeah.
But, it's hysterical. And then we enter the weirdest part of this movie is the weird sexual chemistry between Jim and Dr. Susan.
Yeah.
You don't know if they're...
It's real weird.
It's real... And they, hey, it's here, because at one point, Carol sees it. Because there's a whole thing of back and forth of I'll show you. And I was like, what? This is a tete-on-tete in front of... What is happening?
I don't know. It's not...
You know what? If you wanted that, unless... No, who would you consider the lead? Would you consider Carol, or would you consider Dr. Susan?
I would consider Dr. Drake the lead.
Yeah, so maybe...
Technically, because she's there from the cannery. She was hired from the cannery to study the local fish and figure out she wants to inject some kind of formula to make the salmon... To make the salmon bigger, faster, and twice as plentiful.
She's making a... super soldier serum for salmon. Basically. She's gonna make American Captain America fish
with nice asses.
Oh, God.
Big full asses,
luscious fish asses. Badonk-donks.
Oh, God.
Then Johnny Eagle comes in with his dog. So his dog has now been murdered.
Bull-ish. His dog is now dead.
Yeah.
Johnny threatens to sue Slattery for the return of Indian lands along the river because supposedly his dog dying and being stabbed or whatever happened to the dog he views as a threat against him because of all this.
Yeah, so we don't even know.
Happening over
We're assuming that that Slattery's group killed the dog.
Yeah,
because he didn't eat it.
We don't. Yeah, and we don't see it, but we can safely assume because of the prior scene when Slattery's like, "It's only one dog alive, and it's not ours," quote unquote. Ours being white people.
Yeah, because he definitely says, "Boys, this breed wasn't even invited to this party."
Ugh.
Oh, fucking Gilman, kill this motherfucker, please.
Yeah, we're lovingly supposed to hate him.
Yeah.
Gladly so.
Yeah.
So then Slattery and his boys take Johnny outside and beat him up. Yep. And then Jim runs to his aid.
Mm-hmm.
Jim and Tommy. Jim can kick some fucking ass.
He's a brawler. He's got a brawler body. Yeah.
He can get it.
Yes. Doug McClure could get it.
Deaf. But it's funny because, like, you know, Johnny thanks him, and Jim is very, like, passive about it, and is very like, hey, I'm not on either side about whatever issue you guys have going on. I just think it was bullshit he beat you up. So
yeah, like,
that's what that's about.
I still gotta make money, guys.
Right. He's not exactly on Johnny's side, but he's not on Slattery's either.
I mean, super soldier fish, not being able to fish. So.
He just wants to fucking fish. Is that so much to fucking ask?
And possibly cheat on his wife.
Maybe, but we'll see.
We'll see. Then, jumping ahead, we get these two teens. What are their names? Perry. We're calling them Perry.
I kept saying Perry, but it's Jerry and Peggy.
And they're frolicking on the beach, hand in hand. She's got a stellar bikini on. It's gorgeous.
Definitely.
I want it.
She had a gorgeous body.
Yeah. I love the bikini, though. I kind of wanted it.
At the same time, Slattery sneaks onto Johnny Eagle's property. Mm-hmm. In his boat, he's walking. He sneaks onto his property and overhears him talking about the potential lawsuit that Johnny has against the town about, that these were, Indian lands.
Right.
And should have been returned to him and his people. So, and then on a beach across town, Jim, this is all like split into three little storylines.
Yeah, it's going together. It's all going together.
And it will tie together, right? Yep. Meanwhile, Jim takes Dr. Drake and a Canco representative fishing. And here's what I wrote. And Peggy and Jerry are just looking for some goddamn privacy, okay?
They just want to fuck, dude.
Honestly. Because their friend is with them on the beach, and they're, like, making out, and their friend is just staring.
Well, they got disrupted making out the night before.
Yeah, like, in their truck.
I want to fucking stick it in.
Come on. Come the fuck on.
I
just want to come get my fuck on.
And come. Then also we get so Jim's taking Dr. Drake around and he's got Tommy, and this is where I realized that Tommy, I was calling him at this point.
Oh, right.
Mark Flamel. Because this motherfucker looks
his
like
profile.
Yes,
I noticed it too. His profile, he looked like Mark Hamill. What?
You know I'm gonna do it, right?
Yes.
Look!
Tommy!
And that would lead them back home. Guys, the first time we recorded that, we were making each other laugh so hard. We did it about 6 times. Oh my god. That's
so funny.
So funny. But he does. He looks just like him.
He really does.
Yeah.
Hair and everything. His hair is a little longer.
Yeah.
And it's really fluffy, but honest to God, he looks so like him.
New Hope Mark Hamill before he got in the car accident.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not that, like, he's not attractive. He just,
everyone
knows he got in a car accident, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's like...
I just took a sip.
You're so much more up on this movie than I am.
I took literal notes, like step by step.
Yeah.
This is the part. Oh my God. Do you know what Jerry's full name is? What is it, Ray?
Jerry? Who the fuck's Jerry?
The kid.
Wait, the kid with the girlfriend?
With Peggy. Yeah. What's his full name? What is
Jeremiah?
It? Jerry Potter.
Oh, that's right!
I was like, Jerry Potter! Jerry Potter! I fucking loved it.
Well, he will have something living on his face in a little while. It could be those shall not whatever. Voldemort, who shall not be named, might as well live under the stairs for the rest of your life.
Expelliarmus, his slooge all over Jerry's face.
He Acio'd his face. Sectus his face.
Oh, Jesus.
Because he pulls that motherfucker right into the water.
Right down under the water, and like scrapes half his face off.
Yep.
and then goes after Peggy, takes her on land, and rips off her top.
Pretty easily.
It was pretty stringy. It was like a string bikini. Yeah. So it was not
But he
difficult.
sliced that thing right into...
Yeah, he did. Shit.
He's got sharp claws.
Somehow without hurting her.
Right. Right. Without slicing her stomach up.
Right. Even though he sliced the fuck out of Jerry. God. Cut to smash cut.
Yeah. It is. It's just going back. It's going... It's almost... If it were slower, if it weren't so slow, if it was faster, it would be a montage. That's where we're at.
Yeah, I mean, basically.
Yeah.
Because we've got 3 storylines, right? We've got Jim and his brother Tommy, and and with the cannery people, and Dr. Drake, he just wants to fucking fish and earn a living.
Well, they catch a humanoid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, later on.
Yeah.
The second storyline is Slattery and his boys fucking with Johnny Eagle, poor Johnny Eagle. The third storyline is these sea creatures fucking killing people and raping the women.
Yep. I said in the span of 10 minutes, we see 2 women raped by a gill monster. Cool.
Gill monster.
It goes back to, it gets...
Monster!
It gets Peggy, and then it's like, I'm still fucking gotta, right.
I'm rocking.
Tank's not empty yet. I gotta go get the other chick. So this rando chick that they're like, that was like the third wheel, that poor bitch gets it too.
Yeah. God, it was bad.
That's what happens when I guess you don't fuck so long. You just got too much
built up.
I need to reproduce. That's why they're
I need to multiply.
That's why they're jizzing all over fucking garbage cans.
God. So we go to the bar. Slattery tells his boys that
his goons.
It's spelled boys, B-O-I-Z.
Not B-O-Y-Z?
Boys. His boys. Yeah, he tells his boys they need to, quote, take care of Johnny and his people. Meaning, do something about it.
Yeah.
And fucking stop this lawsuit.
We're gonna be complete bigots. Let's go do that.
Misogyny!
Oh, white
racist
people.
bigotry! Ho!
Oh, the Klan came this far over.
Man. Then we cut to the beach.
Oh God, this is I texted.
Even Roger Corman talked about this guy on Joe Bob Briggs.
Yes,
because Joe Bob Briggs point blank asked him what the fuck was up with this.
So, like, when Joe Bob does his little like intro for the movies, he goes, something foo, nunchuck foo, blah blah blah. He was like dummy foo, and I was like, oh, there's a ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah.
Enter ventriloquist dummy.
Billy does a ventriloquist act. So we go to the beach, and there's a tent on the beach. Inside the tent is Billy and this chick and Billy's little buddy Chuck, a ventriloquist dummy.
She is hot for it.
Oh yeah. She asked if she's gonna get fucking splinters and shit.
Yeah. He's like, no worry, baby. I've been sanded.
Ugh.
Oh, but the best is, so she like rips her fucking clothes
Honestly.
off like it's fucking Harry Styles. Like she's like, oh my God, and this dummy says, well, Chuck, or no, it's Bill. Bill goes, well, Chuck works every time. What does
it?
What does?
Does it?
A chick who wants to fuck a dummy? Cool.
But we'll never know, will we?
We will never know.
The world may never know.
No, because they got fucking killed. Does she get raped too?
Yeah.
Does she? I can't remember.
We don't show the rape, but we show the monster attacking her.
Yeah. There's no Shape of Water. We don't see where his gill penis
God.
is. I just did the Shape of Water thing.
Why?
That's the fucking worst movie. Anyhow.
I still haven't seen it.
It's not great. I didn't like it, but,
So at this point, Johnny takes Tommy and Linda in his boat back to his place, and they're followed by Slattery and his boys. With some complimentary Molotov cocktails.
I just read, holy fuck, that's a hate crime. It's a fucking hate crime.
That's a big one.
Did I think that when I put in Humanoids of the Deep, I'd see a number of hate crimes? No.
But in fairness, back to Joe Bob Briggs, Roger Corman did talk about, and they talked about that, how there's a lot of subtext in his movies. Or tends to be. Yeah,
and he lets it lets it be so subtext because he wants the entertainment to kind of like rise to the surface or be the main reason you're here.
Right.
Yeah.
The main attraction is the horror.
Exactly.
However, that doesn't necessarily mean there can't be a decent plot to it.
Yeah, because we've got a lot. We've got
talking about issues of the day.
Yeah, we have sexual assault. We've got racism. We have altered foods.
Yeah. Genetically modified,
salmon. Ugh. Also, this fucking house must have had a gas leak.
The explosions. Again with the fucking explosions. The insta explosions. What the fuck?
It's akin to Toonces driving over the side of the fucking road. It's the Toonces of explosions. Oh no, Toonces, no!
It is an old wooden cabin, and they did, throw fire and alcohol on it. But
it would have caught something on fire first inside.
It was fucking bullshit.
I mean, it's like, let's go out to the wilderness and fucking blow shit up. That's honestly what we want to do.
Oh, but who's off in the distance, Ray? Who's off in the distance?
A gillman?
Yes, a gillman, a sea creature. Who's going to get there first? It was Slattery. The monster waits for everybody else in the water.
To clear out, man.
To clear out and go for it.
It wants Linda!
Yeah, it does.
Hey,
Ultimately, it wants to multiply.
Yep.
Reproduce. Evolution!
It's been watching some videos and it's ready to go. Well, Mark Hamill here... Clark Hamill. He starts to get fucking taken out by a gill man.
Oh, yeah, he does. He gets fucked up in the water. Mm-hmm. Johnny grabs a gun and manages...
DDT'd onto the dock.
Yeah,
by his head. Yeah.
Oh, man, that was rough.
Sorry, I didn't mean...
No, not at all. It was violent. Yeah. So Johnny grabs his gun. Oh, wait.
Johnny's got a gun.
I hope... Oh, it attacks Tommy. I hope that's a new gun and not the same one that we got there, Johnny. The same one we got wet. Because that would not shoot.
Nope.
Johnny apparently Apparently the gun is super waterproof.
Yep.
And shoots the monster. Meanwhile, Linda... is driving away in the truck because initially when the house caught fire, they told Linda to get away and go get help while the boys stayed behind.
Right.
So Linda's driving this truck, and she's attacked while driving the truck by these sea creatures.
Yeah, we love you, Linda.
We think for a minute she runs one over, but then another attacks again from behind in the truck. Yeah. And the truck goes over a bridge. More explosions!
Yeah, it goes over... Again, this one is a Toonces.
Oh, God. More insta explosion.
But it took a sea monster with it, though.
Hey,
man. One
sacrifices.
Down. Sacrifices themselves for sex.
The needs of the many. Or the one.
I was gonna say, all right, Star Trek. Let's see.
The next morning, or do you have anything else?
No.
In the morning, Johnny brings Tommy to the main dock.
Who's still alive, but barely.
Barely alive.
Yeah, he's hanging on.
Immediately taken to the hospital. When he...
Everyone believes this story pretty quickly.
There are some skeptics, but but they don't really negate it necessarily.
Well, especially
they're like, "What did you do to Tommy?" But Johnny's like, "I did fucking nothing to Tommy."
That's where I'm coming from. Like, it's the person in town that no one would have believed in the first place, and he's like, "Didn't do it," and they're like, "It was a Gilman," and they're all like, "Oh, okay, let's go get it."
But I think it had to do more with Jim being like, "What are you talking?" Asking more, because I think because Jim believes that Johnny would never have done something to Tommy.
True.
That everybody else is like maybe willing to accept that.
Could be.
Because Jim has a lot of
Because it's
clout.
Slattery, too. And it's Slattery who's there. And you'd think that he'd be the first one to be like...
And he's always like...
He's a fucking stone-cold racist.
Yeah.
So...
Jim wants to take the boat out to investigate these sea monsters Johnny tells them about. Mm-hmm. Johnny and Dr. Drake go with him. P.S. The sheriff in this cracks me up. He's completely expressionless.
Oh, yeah. It's as if, like, someone gave him, like... Judy Garland downers before he got up. He's just like, oh, my line.
I know. He says his line without any expression on his face, and he's somewhat monotone.
Yeah, he's like Fox Mulder in the X-Files.
It's like, I'm just doing my job. I don't know what's going on here.
You trust no one, Scully.
Oh, that's right. We had that Scully.
We had that Scully thing. That's all I think of. I love
it's all coming back to us.
It's coming back to me. But yeah, that's my... I love
There were moments so go. Anyway.
I love David Duchovny. Oh, so much.
David, you come on me.
I wish. Right about him, especially now. He's just like he's
sex
like,
addict.
He's like these Gil monsters just fucking coming on everything. Sex addict,
just like him.
Anyhow,
oh gosh, so we're out on the boat. Jim suspects Dr. Drake knows more than she's letting on about the creatures. She def knows what's up because she's like, she's asking Johnny, like, doing this like sketch, and she's like, how tall would you say they are? And he's like, about 6 feet tall, and she has zero reaction to that. And she's like, okay. Yeah,
and a picture perfect sketch.
Right, sketch of it.
Like she's seen it before.
She's super suspicious.
She moonlights as a sketch artist.
So bad. So she obviously knows what's going on. They go out to the ocean to try and catch one of these monsters.
Yeah, and they have a couple... Jim and Dr. Drake again have a couple scenes together. And I'm like, wow, these two have serious chemistry.
They really do.
And he and his wife have zero chemistry.
And they have a kid together.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird.
It was weird.
They go out in a speedboat to the coastline where there are caves.
Yep.
Meanwhile, as they get there, they're attacked by two creatures.
Because they're just hanging out on the beach.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's a lazy Sunday. Someone's got like a 40 and they're just like hanging.
Right. They're just hanging in there.
Waiting for some chicks to impregnate. Where
their home base.
Where are all the humans at? Where are all the humans at?
Humans. I need some human food.
Human poon.
Human poon. They find Peggy, who's barely alive, lying among the seaweed. Oh, it's so sad. Yeah. She's like completely covered in seaweed.
Yeah, like an incubator.
In like a mound, right, of seaweed. They shoot a third creature and take it to Dr. Drake's lab. Canco wants to keep this quiet, but Drake is threatening to release her research to the town. This is the first indication we ever get that Dr. Drake is against this at all.
Yeah, it's almost like her work was used for...
Yeah.
Like, for bad, like, for ill use. Yeah.
Right. It's like she knew this was going to happen and kind of let it happen anyway.
Right.
But at the same time, she's like... Now you see, I don't know, like now she's
maybe
pissed
she
about
had been
it.
a whistleblower because she's a great little scientist.
So
she probably brought it up and was like, "Hey, yo, we're gonna have some Gilman on our hands." Right. And like, nah, shut up, little lady, you're fine.
Shut up, supermodel. We're fine.
They get to watch the miracle of Gilman life.
Oh my god, this is the biggest. Now we're in the middle of the movie now, right? Mm-hmm. Well, past the middle.
Yeah.
Now we get the exposition dump. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
I have all of this written down. Here we go.
Yup.
They first experimented with frogs, injecting them with a growth hormone. 3,000 hormone-treated salmon escaped into the ocean. Oops.
Whoops.
Oopsies.
Where are those salmon at?
The prehistoric coelacanth feeding on these salmon may have brought about their evolution into the monsters, making them humanoid in its evolution and in its final evolutionary stage. These monsters see man as both a threat and a further development to their evolution. Meaning, the male men they see as a threat for male men, manly men,
and not the ones at post office.
The men they see as a threat to food and survival, but women they see as a reproductive tool.
Yeah. A womb.
Yes, exactly. An incubator for their sledgelings. I don't know. Sludgelings. Yeah, let's conjugate that.
Yeah.
Try it, Ray. I dare you. Gilman? Like semen? Gilman?
Gillites. Gillettes!
I love it.
I was workshopping it.
Gillettes. Jesus.
I was going to say...
The Gillette Mach 5.
I was just going to say, it's nothing beats Gillette. Oh, God. We are punchy. My note for that whole thing was whatever movie. Whatever movie.
We do need that shirt. We really do.
Yes.
Whatever movie.
But next scene, here comes the festival.
Yeah.
With the titties out.
Oh, my God.
That's what the Gilman want.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny that the Gilman, that's like their first move, is like, show them titties.
I know.
Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I need to see them human titties.
I need to see the boobs.
I need to see the human titties.
Like most men.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, so we get this. Oh my God, we get this really shitty DJ announcing this carnival.
But the gal with her, this is interesting. Mm-hmm. The gal with her, this was like one of her first movie roles, or I think her first, and if I'm not mistaken, and it turns out she wanted to break into the film industry, not as an actress necessarily. She just wanted to get into the film business, mm-hmm. and later on, from after this movie, has become like a producer, a writer, an editor, and has gone on to do tons of cool shit. But she did this role, and she didn't care if she was exposing her boobs. She's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm probably not going to act again. I just want to break in to this company, to the film industry. Yeah. So she played this Miss Salmon of the Downs, this beauty queen who gets killed or gets raped or whatever. Just to break into the movies. I thought it was cool.
I mean, New World was famous for it.
Yeah. So and giving people a chance. Why
you want to come edit a movie? You want to go be marketing? Yeah. They always said they cleaned out the marketing every time he got a new distribution company. Yeah. That would be one of the... Or no, was that one of the groups that he kept was the marketing? I can't remember. But Gilman got real long arms, guys.
Oh yeah, they do. They're almost gorilla-like, where they're almost longer than their body.
Yeah, it's very
almost
odd.
Like they could walk on their hands.
Oh, I guess we should talk about the costume a little bit. So
yeah.
One thing about Corman films is they're cheap because he knows where to put the money, and they made a really gorgeous looking suit.
Really good. Really good.
1980, it's gorgeous.
And for a big box office company, this was pretty fucking good.
And so he was Rick. So this is Ray breaking in here to say, I know it's Rob Bottin, not Rick Bottin. I had a lot to drink, and so I'm just correcting myself before we get messages going, it's Rob Bottin, not Rick Bottin. I know my brain was thinking Rick Baker, so apologies. It's Rick Bottin. Those who know horror know Rick Bottin. He's right up there with Sam Winston and all the and Rick Baker and all those kind of great guys. So, but Rick Bottin, he was allowed to only make one humanoid. And so that you would use pieces and parts for certain other scenes. But, and then Barbara liked...
really, really nice one.
Yeah, and Barbara liked how he moved.
Yeah.
So she's like, you want to be the Gilman?
Right.
So he's the Gilman.
He's not only the designer, but he is in the suit operating it. I thought that was fucking baller.
Because he's actually like the one... He's the effects guy on RoboCop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
The town salmon festival is in full swing on the pier. Jim and company come back to warn the town of an impending attack from the creatures, but they are too late. They start popping up from the pier and attacking. This scene, like I think you were telling me about this, it's like 10 minutes of just bloody chasing, raping.
It's just
attack for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it is, well, we do have a cutaway.
Oh, yes.
To Carol having her obligatory shower scene.
Yep. No titties, though.
No, but there's a note about that.
Right. This was kind of bullshit.
She refused to get naked for this movie. However, literally the next movie she was in was, what was it called? The Prowler. The Prowler is
okay.
Yeah. So you see a Gale man just like looking in the window, definitely fapping outside the window.
Oh god,
definitely he's.
With all that sludge, all that sea sludge as lube. They've got their own lube.
They do.
It's their Insta lube.
Yep. Yeah, because it's not like a, because it's not a penis. No. So it's gotta be like a. That's like a toot.
It did. Little sea toot.
Sea toot. Sea toot.
I'm starting to get drunk, guys. This is awesome.
Anyway. we are probably gonna have dinner soon. So this is where fucking Dr. Drake is spraying the bay with fucking gasoline.
She's shooting gas everywhere in the water so that more don't come up.
Right.
Meanwhile, the fucking sheriff. Who does the sheriff call? Who do you gonna call?
He calls the state patrol.
The highway patrol?
That's right. I was like,
what?
Were the Gilman driving a car real fast?
I know. What does the highway patrol have to do with it?
The Gilman possibly might have had an ounce of weed in the car.
Maybe. Well, they're covered in weed, seaweed.
Oh, boo.
There's a sweet decapitation scene, by the way. There's a part where, it is clearly a dummy. You can see that because the guy's face is, frozen in a screaming, expression. But one of the Gilman fucking tear his head off. Oh, that was fucking
and the
beautiful.
sound was good, too.
So good.
We also get to see a Gilman getting curb stomped, like Robert De Niro, fucking the Irishman curb stomping somebody.
So awesome.
Amazing.
This is a fun part. There's mass hysteria everywhere. Yeah. Everyone's screaming and running away.
Kids still on carnival rides.
Kids are or their dads are dead and bloodied on the carousel. That was fucking creepy. Still going.
It's like one of those those lazy Susans of food for the Gilman. Just wait till the next one comes around.
There's a part where there's a little boy that goes up to Slattery and says his sister is hanging on by the edge of this dock that's going into the water, and the sea creature is starting to try to get up on her and attack her or whatever. And so Slattery saves the little girl, but then gets stuck himself. Johnny, badass Eagle. Johnny with his shotgun saves Slattery from the creature.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jim and Drake light the ocean on fire to prevent more creatures from coming. I'm on fire.
Well, we can't. So we're again going back between Jim's house and the bay.
Yeah.
And we get back to Jim's house, and there's this like,
oh, the kid is going off like that. They're little. It's
the
like a
baby's
toddler.
scared.
The baby's scared of something, and the cry that he makes was like, I don't want kids. I am not a mother. But it's still like. Yeah. That cry that he made, like
this is the second time. The first one, he was like, he runs out of the room earlier in the film.
Yeah.
And he screams, and you could just tell, like, did someone pinch this fucking kid? What'd you do to him to make that natural scream?
It, like, gets at your heart, you know? And,
well, she's got, I'm laughing because in the kitchen, she's got this bottle, it just says drain cleaner. Yes. And I was like, I'm going to guess that's coming back at some point. And it does.
Guessing that's coming back.
Yeah. And it does because she sprays it at the Gill man.
Yeah, she gets attacked by 2. So Jim, after all this mayhem is done, Jim dashes off in his boat to get back to his wife. Meanwhile, cut to his wife at the house. She's being attacked by 2 of these creatures, and
holding her own.
Honey can handle herself.
Yeah, holding her own.
She's fucking awesome. Mama instincts kick in. She takes her kid and puts him in the closet so that he won't be hurt. And she has a knife or something. I don't know what exactly.
Yeah.
But she fights these fucking things off. Mm-hmm. And then Jim finally comes back. He busts in the door, and she nearly stabs him because she thinks there's a third one coming in, and she's just like,
yeah, I would be too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I thought the scene was done very, very well.
Then they go back into town to. I mean, this is supposed to
be aftermath.
Yeah, I don't know how much time has passed, but like
I think it's the next morning.
Yeah, they were just like...
Because things are still on fire and smoky.
And, like, it's like the town has been decimated.
Yeah, just ransacked by these things.
Then...
Oh, we cut to Drake's lab.
Yeah.
What's happening at the lab, Ray?
Well, Peggy, the human incubator, is giving birth.
She gives birth alien style.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is literally a ripoff of Ridley Scott's Alien.
Even though Alien came first. Alien came first. 79, right?
79.
Okay. So it was a ripoff. Yep. But still, this fetus, this Gilman fetus, busts through her stomach. The
Tadpole.
Fucking end.
Tadpole. Oh, this movie.
Oh, you guys.
I loved it.
I loved it too. It was good. Yeah. The only thing that bothered me, though, was the actual construction design. No, the actual design of these sea creatures. Because...
Yeah.
Particularly their heads.
Their big old brains?
They had like exposed brains on their heads. Couldn't you just shoot that?
Right.
And insta-kill it?
Right.
You know? Where everybody was shooting their, like, bodies or whatever.
It reminds me, I'm looking up the movie that was in the movie.
The movie that was in the movie.
So there was an MST3K movie called MST3K, the movie. And they did... What was the movie they did in it? Because it looks like... Come the fuck on! I want to say This Island Earth. I think that's... But the creatures in it looked like... It had like at one point one of the jokes is, I think it's Crow, is like, come to Uncle Scrotar. Because it looks like he's got a scrotum on his head. They look like they've got scrotum heads. This Island Earth, yeah. That's what kind of his head looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they could have been killed a lot easier.
Kick it in the head, like kick it in the balls.
Headshots, come on.
Yeah.
I don't know, but whatever. But other than that,
loved it.
Loved this movie.
Yep.
You want to do ratings?
Let's do it.
All right. Blood droplets, Miss Ray. Blood and gore. What do you give it out of 5?
I can't remember what I gave it before, so I'm going to go... It's pretty gory.
It is. It's decently gory.
I'm going to go 2.5.
Yeah?
Yeah.
2.5? I did 3.
Mm-hmm. Because I know I've rated some things 3 that had more blood in them, I think.
But we also take context into consideration.
Yeah. So probably
this
3
was
for
1980.
Yeah, so you're probably right. 3, yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't have to change it just
no,
because
but
of
you're
that. But
saying context in the year. You're right.
Yeah. Like a slasher now.
Oh God, there better be buckets of blood.
Right.
Literal buckets.
Literal. Spooky, scary. How many scary logos?
1.
1? Yeah, I gave it 2. Because it was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was actually thinking about that, though. I was thinking about
sexually? You were actually thinking. Sorry.
Like, gill men do something for me. I'm just saying. Those big brains and those long arms.
Yeah? Oh,
no, I was actually thinking about my level of fright.
Yeah.
And outside of going to a haunted house or like being frightened,
like immersed in it.
Yes. Watching a movie anymore doesn't scare me.
It depends. It really depends. And I also consider the difference between startling and scaring.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, I don't
if that
jump
movie
scares.
if the movie fucked with my head,
yeah.
Spooky, scary, done.
Right. If
like, I've heard one of the
scare,
movies I am not looking forward to doing on this is The Strangers.
I've heard that will be year 12 because I don't do home invasions.
Yeah, I don't know if I can handle something like that.
Something that's too close to home.
That's too exactly. Yeah, or a movie like Last House on the Left.
Yeah,
that's terrifying to me.
Yeah, no, you're probably
something that's way too realistic. It's like that's terrifying.
Yeah. You know what movie freaked me out, and just because found footage creeps me out because you're constantly looking for where the thing is. Like Hell House LLC, that one like
oh yeah,
I love that movie and I will watch it a bunch of times and I don't care if I get shit for it because this is one of those movies where it actually did creep me out because I'm sitting there like you're watching, waiting to see what is, and there's something about it. It's the VHS, it's the grittiness. That is what creeps me out anymore.
Oh man, The Ring.
See, that one doesn't bother me.
The true story. When I watched,
it's a true story. Just kidding.
No. When I watched The Ring, I watched it at home with some guy I was seeing and my sister. And my sister caught like the last, I don't know, half an hour of it with us, and we're at my mom's house. And the very end of the movie, I'm not kidding. I swear on my life, hand to God. As soon as the credits hit, the landline rang, and we were all like, "Whoa!" And my mom answered the phone. Like, don't answer it. And my mom was laughing her ass off because she didn't know what we were watching, but she knew it had something to do with a phone, maybe.
Yeah.
And she was just laughing her ass off.
I love it.
And us fucking fools that were scared.
Oh, yeah, that would be enough.
Yeah, that is why I was.
That's a marketing campaign.
Yeah. That freaked me out.
To rent The Ring, you have to put your phone number in.
I know.
So that way, when it knows it's streaming, it'll call you at the end. And then Smirk climbs out of your television 7 days later.
7 days. Anyway, sex and nudity.
Oh, jeez. 3.
You know, I had 2, but maybe I should give it a 3 because of 1980.
Wasn't there a girl? Is this movie? There was some girl running completely. Oh no! Wait. Was it this movie? There was one girl running completely. We saw a bush.
No.
Okay. Maybe there's another Jim Bob that I was watching. Joe Bob.
Maybe
Jim Bob.
Whatever. I gave it a 2, but you know,
there's lots of boobies.
Now there is lots of boobies, lots of tits. Fun and entertainment. How many cold black hearts?
I'm gonna say 3.5.
3.5? I gave it 4. Yeah. I gave it an even 4. I had a great time. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I had a great time.
I did too. I just know of some of the ones I've given 4s and 5s to.
Yeah. Well, that's
in
true.
comparison.
That's true. Had a good old time.
We did have a good old time. And, it'd be funny if we were eating fish tonight, but we're not. We're eating salmon.
But our drink of the night is coming.
Yeah.
After the break.
So we get more hammered.
Whee!
Swamp Thing will be real fun, guys.
I need a drink for that.
Yeah. I just want to think about Ray Wise. We will be back in 2. And 2.
Bless you. And we're back.
We're back, bitches.
Hey. What's next on our list, Ray?
Oh, Swamp Thing.
Wow, 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 wow. You make the mud sling. Speaking of, let's get to what you drinking.
Oh, what are we drinking tonight?
I decided that since we are doing Humanoids from the Deep and Swamp Thing, what better than to have a couple mudslides? Yippee-doo.
They're so good.
Thank you. Easy to make.
Blend them up.
Oh, yeah. Then they'll be frozen. But
maybe we totally take a pause a little bit. Yeah, because I do own a blender.
Mudslides are super easy to make. 1 part Kahlua, 1 part vodka, 1.5 parts Bailey's. You can either shake it over ice or blend it up like we might be doing later. Yeah, for a nice frozen treat.
Yep, it's delicious. And I've got straws. And, it's going to happen. Oh, I love it.
Swamp Thing, 1982. Running time, 1 hour, 32 minutes.
Wes
fucking Craven.
What? What was the word I was going to say? Master question mark of horror? Wes Craven?
Sure.
Yeah.
One of the.
He did make People Under the Stairs, didn't he?
I watched that ages ago, and it's not. I didn't think it was like that scary. I thought it was more sad than anything when I watched it. Same thing with The Changeling.
Oh, The Changeling is so good.
That is a great movie. George C. Scott.
Okay, if there is a movie that does creep me out, it's that movie.
Changeling?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the ball rolling down the stairs.
Yeah.
And because George C. Scott is great in it.
He's a phenomenal actor.
He's a wife puncher, but I mean...
so was Bing Crosby, but hey.
He was also a child
abuser. Yeah. And a drunk, but hey.
Yeah.
So
how many Crosby kids are still alive?
Yeah.
A couple of them killed themselves.
Yeah. There's that. Music by Harry Manfredini.
Yep.
Of Friday the 13th fame.
And Chucky, I think? Yeah. Yeah. He's done all of them.
Oh, I mean, another horror great.
Manfredini. I'm looking to see. Manfredini, there he is.
I'm loving these mudslides.
They're delicious.
They're going down a little too smooth.
Let's see. House 2, Jason, nice. Slaughter High, Iron Eagle 2.
What?
Wishmaster. Oh, Wishmaster's so good. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Yeah. A talking cat. Have we talked about a talking cat?
That's what the movie's called?
Oh, honey.
Oh, no.
One of these nights.
Oh, no.
If you were bored, you could be like, can you...
I don't know if I'll be that bored.
Oh, it's... So many shows do it. Bad movie shows do it.
Oh,
Riff Tracks has, Because it's... Any moment it could be porn.
Sure.
It's definitely shot on a porn set.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. Eric Roberts...
What?
Does the voice of the cat.
Oh, God. Oh, wait, I have heard of this.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
He recorded in 15 minutes.
They!
It's almost as if, they came over and they were like...
here's a script, guy.
Well, not even that. They're just like, hey, can we give you, they just came over for a conversation. They just recorded it and kind of cut it to use it to,
have a little coffee break.
Yeah. It almost sounds like he literally was on his phone.
Yeah. Wow.
It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyhow, he did the music for that.
It's good to know.
Where did he go wrong?
Oh, boy.
Anyhow,
Back to Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
I don't have any other production notes. I just have plot.
No. I mean, I talked a little bit when we recorded before about the comic. But,
yeah. And the fact that this was like, so when I watched it, it was hard. It's a DC comic. Mm-hmm. And it was hard from that. Like, I didn't really think of this as a horror movie.
No.
I thought of it more like a comic book movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, maybe that was the intent. Also, this is rated PG.
Yeah, it's listed as horror.
Horror sci-fi something.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't mind, honestly, taking a look at that, watching that series that they, got canceled.
Yeah.
Because it looks good.
I heard good things.
Yeah, it was kind of upsetting that it got, canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, God, the guy playing Alec is fucking hot.
Yeah?
Yeah, Andy Bean. Be me.
Well, the guy in this playing Alec.
Oh.
Well, Ray Wise.
Yep.
The most recent thing I saw him in was How I Met Your Mother. He played Robin's father. And he was like a super, like, she was from Canada, and he raised her like a boy and, like, would take her hunting and shit.
Yeah.
And he was a real, like, hard ass about her and stuff. He was funny.
He's in Jeepers Creepers 2.
He is?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's yeah.
Ooh.
Jeepers Creepers 3, I have a feeling it's a flashback. Because I think he dies. It's been a while since I've seen him. He was in Reaper.
Been a while.
He's in Reaper playing the devil.
Oh.
He was in a decent horror movie recently. Oh, well, not recently. I guess it's 2003, but new to me. Dead End with Lin Shaye. Yeah. I'm looking through his, those are, he's that guy. When you see him, you're like, oh yeah, that guy. I mean, he's an attractive older man now, but holy fuck. Oh, he was in Twin Peaks, wasn't he?
I don't know. I never saw that movie. I know. Don't give me hate for that. I will eventually.
Oh, you mean the TV show? Because he's in the TV show.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Either one.
Yeah, I didn't either, so I don't know. I mean, I know David Duchovny was on it. Oh, that's right. Wait, he's in RoboCop? Wait.
Oh, does he play one of the execs?
He's one of Bodeker's guys.
Yeah.
That's right. God, now I want to watch fucking RoboCop. I'd rather be watching RoboCop.
Yeah, I would too.
Anyhow,
almost always.
So we open with Adrienne Barbeau and her giant hair. But she's one beautiful
fabulous
lady.
Yes, fabulous hair. Big, beautiful curly hair.
Yep. In a helicopter that is not very safe.
No.
Like there's like a rope keeping her in. I was like,
yeah, it looks like somebody's private helicopter. Like
it's not
military grade.
No, it's not, or what you're taking like a tour of New York City in. Nope.
No.
But they're heading through the bayou.
Down in Louisiana.
And she's actually going to replace somebody from the agency.
Yeah, at this like research facility in the swamp.
We give There's no
backing. Like we get this eventually.
Right.
So we're telling you now just to kind of give you the what up.
Right, because they say an agent. You're replacing the agent I'm replacing.
Yeah. P.S. I had no subtitles for this, so I was like flying blind practically.
I ended up buying it because I was like, I'll watch it real fast. Well, I mean, renting it, I should say. I'll buy it. I'll rent. Oh, damn it. Yeah. I'll
pay money for it.
So I can watch it on fast, like sped up.
Right.
Because we were in a time crunch.
Yeah. Didn't work.
Nope.
Yeah.
Thanks, Apple.
Thank you.
One of the people that, one of the other guys that is on the at the site, she asked them like, what about the guy that I'm replacing, or what happened to that guy?
That's what I'd like to know.
Well, he's talking about gators, and he's like, one of those life forms nailed the guy you're replacing. So he was
great.
Yeah, possibly eaten Maybe by a gator?
Maybe, because we also see this, like, group of paramilitary is the best way I can describe it. They're all dressed in camouflage, and, you know, they're not affiliated with this research facility, which is a military-esque,
Yeah.
you know...
we think.
Yeah, we think. And these people kill one of the doctors, or one of the researchers that's out alone on the swamp.
He gets a snake bite to the dick.
Right to the balls. Like, you...
Well, it is David Hess. And David Hess, he likes them balls. He likes...
Oh, well.
Well, I don't know, but he was in Last House on the Left. That's...
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
That fucking guy. He plays this asshole named Ferret in this movie.
Yeah. David Hess is never asked to be the hero in any movie, unfortunately.
Some people just have a look about him.
Well, I think I brought up Ron Perlman, and you know that fucker's always like getting a script going, "Ooh, am I going to be the romantic?" Nope. No, even the one time he gets to be the romantic lead, he's a beast. Like, he's literally a cat person.
Oh my god. He is good at costume though.
Yeah.
He's good in he tends to volunteer for roles where he has to be heavily make-upped, like Hellboy and shit.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the work he's kind of, or like a motorcycle guy,
or Blade. Wasn't he in Blade? I feel like he was.
Possibly.
Again, some people just have a look about them.
Yeah, but you know that poor fucker. He's like, God damn it! I want to be the romantic lead. They're like, no, you will be a cat. No. I don't see. What were you asking about? Which
Blade.
One? Blade. I don't see
I could swear he was in some vampire movie. I don't know.
Do you know there's a new Transformers movie?
What?
Yeah, and he's in it.
Okay.
Transformers: Rise of the Beast. Oh God, what if he is the Beast?
Oh
no! He's the titular Beast. Oh, he was in Blade 2.
Okay, so he was in it.
Yeah, I don't know
the series,
what he was doing.
Speaking of comic books.
Yeah, that's true. Reinhardt.
Horror. Yeah.
I never got into Blade.
Is it a comic book or graphic novel? I'm pretty sure it's a comic book, actually. But I don't know. I'm sorry. Please do all this research right now as we're talking.
It is a comic book.
Okay.
Blade. Eric Cross Brooks. Marvel. It's a Marvel character.
Yeah.
That's why What's His Nuts was in it. Because doesn't at some point in one of the Blade movies, isn't Deadpool?
Maybe.
Yeah. I never got into Blade, so.
Yeah, they were okay.
Yeah.
I dated a guy once that watched them, and I was like, oh, it was actually kind of sweet.
Yeah, I mean, Wesley Snipes being Wesley Snipes.
Yeah. And not Noxzema, my favorite of his characters ever. From To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar.
Never seen that.
What?
No.
Did I get rid of... No, I gave you the DVD, didn't I?
No.
I swear I did. Oh, if I got rid of that... Oh, son of a bitch. Because I would make you watch that. That is such a good fucking movie.
Watch it.
That is such a good... Come on. Patrick Swayze, Wesley Snipes, Stockard Channing. Come on.
You also... You missed John Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo, who I thought... Okay, so back in the day, before I understood what gay and trans and drag was, I had zero concept. This movie came out when I was so young.
Yeah.
I watched this movie, and I understood that Patrick Swayze and Wesley Snipes were actually men doing drag. I got that because there's an opening sequence where they're like getting ready. And then John Leguizamo's character, we never get that. It's just, him dressed up as a woman, in drag. But she's like leaving this guy's house as, dressed as a woman, and he's like throwing some shit down at her, and she's swearing back at him. And there's this like drag show or whatever, and that's where we're introduced to her. And I thought that was a woman. John Leguizamo is such a good fucking actor. Plus, I was young and naive. Yeah. I didn't understand.
Like how I thought Fisher Stevens was an Indian man.
Right.
Because of Short Circuit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We didn't know. We were young.
Right. And I thought that Peter, whatever his name is, accent in Ghostbusters 2 was real too. That's his real accent. Nope.
No.
Peter, no, whatever.
I don't know.
Anywho.
I don't know. But anyway, any hoozlebees. We're at the research facility. And Alice is trying to get it. Well, someone's trying to get it from her.
Oh, well, this used to be...
We're introduced to... no, go.
Oh, no, that's fine. Let's keep going. We got Crocodile Dundee, though, over here swagging around. Ritter, he's like... Again, we don't know any of these. And he's like protection. He's security.
Maybe is affiliated with the military, with not the paramilitary, but the actual military with this research facility, or is maybe some kind of liaison to the local area. I don't know.
It sounded like he was personal security to the doctor.
To the researchers.
Because he says later.
Oh, right.
I'm here to protect, whatever.
Yeah.
And a woman has no business around a man like him. Yeah.
Like Dr. Holland.
Yeah, which we will get to. Well, they also dropped the name Arcane. We need to drop that in. So
because that's important, I guess.
Yeah. They start talking about Arcane, but he's dead. So supposedly he died on the site also. Supposedly. Then enter Ray Wise.
Complete with, give me like slow-mo fan blowing in the wind. Blowing open his lab coat. It doesn't really
No, because he's got his hand deep
in my head is happening.
His hand is deep in a pile of sludge in a bathtub.
Like bright green sludge in this like tub.
And this really cute girl with him. And you're like, oh, well, I guess is this another goddamn movie where the lead is married?
Right.
And he's just goddamn gorgeous, guys. Oh, yeah.
And he's asking, he's like, that's how
his eyes sparkle.
Yeah. They really do. That's the smirk.
He has
a smirk.
It wasn't even a smile. It was a smirk.
And
it was a Han Solo smirk, and I fucking loved it.
I was here for it. It was hot.
Absolutely. But they are bobbing for ferrets. He gives some like sort of long ass name of what this thing was. I don't know.
But and he pulls out by the tail, pulls out this fucking possum.
That's right. It was a possum
covered in this crap.
I was like, I hope that possum. I hate possums, so it's fine.
I didn't care.
I wasn't. They can take down a horse. I'm good.
We're okay.
And that thing's probably still alive. What are we talking about? So my next note is the woman. Her name is Linda.
Yes.
I wrote, are Linda and Alex siblings? I was like, because this is weird. If this is his wife.
Right. Which is what Alice thinks at first.
Right. Because
she assumes because they're both Dr. Holland.
Oh, yeah. We didn't give her name. Her name's Alice. Linda. No, Alice Cable. We didn't give her name at all.
Beginning, Alice Cable. Yeah.
We just said Adrienne Barbeau.
That's fine.
The Bobes. The Bobes is here.
The boobs.
We see those later.
PG. We're getting there. So So we are introduced to Linda, who's also Dr. Holland. Yes. And so Alice kind of safely assumes that they're married, and
she says something like, "I bring this part of science to the family." Yeah. And it was like, oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, great. Yeah. Because he's like flirting from Jump Street.
Yep.
He's like, I'm gonna.
And Alice,
we're gonna do it. Yeah.
And Alice, understandably, is kind of put off because, again, she assumes this other lady is his wife, and she's like, "All right, dude."
Yeah. Yes.
Which I was kind of for. Yeah. Like, go, girl.
Yes. No, I don't want your leavings. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you're kind of hot, but
Well, because then they go into the swamp together.
They do. Dr. Holland, sir. Mr. Dr. Holland.
Mr. Dr. Holland.
Mr. Doctor. Mr. Doctor. Doctor.
Dr. Lawyer Holland.
At law. Attorney at law.
Swamp Thing, attorney at law.
So he volunteers to take Alice out because she's concerned that there's this outage that she caught.
There's a broken transmitter.
A broken transmitter sensor at Sector 3 of the swamp.
Yeah, whatever that means.
And again, there's not much explanation, but okay, all we know is that there's an outage at Sector 3.
There's sciencing happening.
Something. So he takes her out in this speedboat, and again continues to flirt hard.
Oh,
he's hard
like
with her,
throwing out these orchids like genus names, and I just wrote, Alex, talk
Latin to me.
Yeah, talk nerdy to me. And she says to him, "Save it for your wife."
Yeah,
and he
doesn't correct her.
He does not, and I think that cheeky. I love it.
It is so funny.
Cheeky.
It's very cheeky.
Again, because he's a bad boy.
He is. He's a bad boy researcher. Hell yes. Ooh. He flooded me with science.
Oh, now I've got a new weird search on Pornhub now.
Smart porn.
No, there's already doctor porn.
Yeah,
scientist porn.
There you go.
Oh, somebody doing science.
Oh, you know there is.
Guess what I'm looking up tonight? Ab and Eve want to sponsor us. That's the other podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Back at the lab. Oh, they check out the sensor, and the sensor's torn all the shit up inside.
Yeah, she's like, he goes, "It looks all right to me," and she opens it up, and it's like literally in pieces.
The wires sticking out. She's like, no.
Nope.
That's a no.
That's not okay. That's a no for me, dog. Yep.
Back at the lab, one of the Linda, the other doctor, discovers the substance that was taken off the possum is explosive.
Yeah, she's like flicking it on the ground.
Yeah, she flicks it from her fingers onto the floor, and it creates like firecrackers.
Yeah, like those snaps.
Yeah,
that used to throw down. You know
that kids always do at 4th of July. Fucking 4th of July. Anyway, snap, explosion, mini explosion. Oh, fucking hate it. Anyway,
so for what we learn now is that they're trying to find an all-weather plant. That's pretty much what it'll survive in any weather.
Right, something that will survive in any
so
condition.
They can grow crops and in anywhere.
Right.
And so to help with malnutrition and
food
starvation and food just and then we find out they're siblings.
Oh.
Because Linda says our father, and she's like, what? And she gets the face. Cable gets this fucking smirk, and I love it. She's looking between the two of them like, you dirty dog. But she's into it.
Oh, yeah.
Because then they look over, and they realize that where she's dropped those droplets of that liquid has regrown itself. It is like the tree, the fir tree that it came from is regrowing from those spots.
Oh, yeah. And he's super fucking stoked. Yeah. So stoked that he lays one on Alice.
This was hard. Twice.
2 times.
Yeah. He goes in, then he goes in for a second.
She's okay with it now.
Into it. And I was into it.
Oh, I was too. It was a hot kiss.
It was hot.
Very hot.
And Linda's just standing there like, I'm uncomfortable.
She's like, that's my brother.
And she's like, God, he does this all the fucking time.
Not again.
Can't he just become a Swamp Thing already?
So, somewhat, the thing that's been the exposition, like mini exposition dump, is that Dr. Holland has been studying plant DNA chromosomes and discovered a plant cell with a plant cell that has an animal nucleus.
Right.
Recombinant DNA that will, like you said, that will survive in any condition.
Right. That's important for what happens.
So it's coming up.
Cable goes to find
Ritter
because of, hey, this is fucking happening.
Discovery.
It's on.
Huzzah!
And then as she's back to where all the it's like a wall of screens, like all the different observation, whatever. She noticed that she sees Charlie, the guy who kind of brought her in.
Yeah.
He collapses and is dying.
Yeah.
And so she's like, what the fuck? So she goes out to find him.
Yeah.
And
there's an attack by the paramilitary.
Right.
They're being attacked.
And she attacks the fuck back.
Oh, yeah. She can fight.
Fucking arm on her.
Hell yeah. She can fucking
look at the ovaries
hold her own.
Look at the ovaries on Cable, man.
Yeah, man. Rock solid. Solid as a rock.
Then guys, so they grabbed, all the paramilitary guys grab Cable because they need her hand for the scan to get
access.
Into Alex's lab, and they knock her out soon as they get in. So she misses all of this, and here comes Ritter. What does
Ritter fucking...
I wouldn't have got away with it if it hadn't been for you meddling kids.
He pulls a Scooby-Doo mask off.
Yep.
Not literally, but
a la Scooby-Doo. Yeah.
Pulls off this face mask of Ritter, and it's actually Arcane.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, this French guy, known for being French and in movies.
He demands all of the substance materials and the research on this plant. On the plant cells. Arcane shoots Linda as she tries to escape.
R.I.P.
Heartbreaking.
Linda. Yeah.
And Alec is seeing all this, and because he wasn't going to give it up,
but then
Arcane shoots and kills his sister, and he's like, okay.
Yeah, I might be a dick, but I'm not that big of a dick.
Yeah, dude. Holland struggles away.
No, yeah.
And what?
I was saying he trips.
Spills the substance on himself, igniting himself on fire.
Yeah. He goes up like he got hit with Slattery's Molotov cocktail.
Exactly.
It almost explodes.
Like fucking Jason in Friday the 13th getting lit the fuck up.
He lights up like a goddamn Christmas tree. And then
lit the fuck up.
Runs into the swamp. So they think he's dead.
And there are further explosions from the water and the lab.
Yeah, so they're like, oh, he's dead,
spilled all over the place. Yeah. And they're like, oh, we don't have to worry about that fucking guy.
Done and done.
Right.
But then they leave Cable.
Because she kind of plays. She does kind of like perk up for a second, but she sees what the fuck's going on and plays dead.
Right. I just wrote my notice. See you later, Ray Wise.
No more Ray Wise.
No more Ray Wise.
Sad.
Exit Ray Wise from Movie Land. from the movie. Enter.
Oh, well, he doesn't enter yet.
No.
So the paramilitary destroyed the lab.
They're just dumping bodies.
They're just everywhere. Yep. Just dumping them. But Alice manages to escape. Everyone else is dead.
Yep. And they're burning everything down, dumping bodies, pretty much trying to get whatever they can of Holland's research. Because
they have they don't know it's 7, but they have 6 notebooks that have his research in it. But they don't have the substance, but at least they have the research that they can possibly recreate or whatever.
And then they catch Cable for the first of 15 times in this movie.
Oh my god.
It is like every time she runs.
For a woman who can fight as much as she does, like there are some dumb decisions that are made.
I think she does get captured about 4 or 5 times.
Honestly.
This time though, he's
she does. She manages to hide the last notebook.
Right.
And she kind of hides it among the rubble and debris before they capture her. They drop her in the swamp and try to drown her.
Mm-hmm. But now enter Swamp Thing.
Yeah. Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing.
Well, he pulls Ferret right off the boat.
Yeah.
Oh god. So then he picks Cable up, carries her to like the dry land, covers her with this little tiny branch. It's like
they'll never find you.
Yes, sleep, baby, sleep. And it's kind of like when animals hide and they think you can't see them. That's what this was.
They'll never find me.
And like immediately he walks away and two goons come on from either side. They're like, there she is.
And then he fucking beats the shit out of the rest of the guys. The rest of the
till it's down to 2,
goons.
Which is Ferret and
Bruno.
That's right.
And they escape.
And then we cut to Arcane, this French dude.
Meanwhile, at his humble abode mansion,
his fortress of villanitude, he's just sitting there, and there's this woman just staring at him, and I was like,
oh my gosh,
he pay her just to stare
the
at
sheriff
him?
Was a better actor than she was.
She was awful.
Oh, God.
And she's like handing him, it's like a personal assistant, but if the personal assistant would just stand there or sit there and just stare at you like a serial killer,
like hang on your every word,
and
fucking wipe your mouth with a napkin
with dead eyes.
Yes, very
like
dead,
dark, black, like a doll's eyes,
like a doll's
eyes. Thank you, Jaws. So then we learn what the whole plan is. So you could feed the world, or you could become a fucking villain, and he says the world will bow or starve.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because food and water are very powerful gambling. What do I want to say?
Pieces.
Thank you.
Do you think that there's certain people in politics on are on the other side of the aisle from us that would possibly do this if they could?
Oh my God. Anything's possible at this point.
Yeah,
honestly.
Right? They're like, oh, we could feed the world and possibly bring world peace.
Yes.
Or I could continue dumping chemicals.
Or I could bring all the other countries to their knees.
Yes.
With food shortage.
Yes. And you know what? I'm just going to go club a baby seal just because.
Jesus, just for good measure. Ferret and Bruno tell Arcane about the swamp creature.
Yeah. And then we enter the fucking cutest little kid.
The coolest character in this entire movie, in my
Judah, right? Jude. Hey, Jude.
Alice runs to a gas station to use a phone where Jude is there.
It's a 45-year-old man in a 12-year-old body.
Oh my God, it is. It is so funny.
He's just sitting there, and his first line to her is, "Uh-oh, here comes trouble." You in a plane crash?
Yeah.
What? What? What in her outfit would make him think she was?
Well, she's like dirty and I don't know, whatever the fuck.
Sure.
She uses the phone and she thinks she's calling Ritter.
Yeah.
But the phone actually goes to Arcane, unbeknownst to her.
Yeah, she doesn't know that he's been compromised.
Entirely.
She realizes her mistake, though, when they pull into said store.
Oops.
She's like, fuck.
Whoopsies.
The next line, you got it.
Oh my God, yes. I love this line. She's like looking around and like trying to hide. She's trying to hide herself and Jude behind like the counter. And she's like, you got a gun in this place? And he goes, you got a gun in here? He goes, what kind of place do you think this is? Of course there is.
Love you.
He's the best.
She does shoot said gun, and it blows up in her hands.
Oh my God. It was like a toy gun or some shit.
Well, that doesn't matter, because fucking Swamp Thing stops this car with his goddamn body.
Honestly. Can I say, for the record, by the way, that these goons are chasing her in a truck. She's running on foot. And she's running, by the way, so here's what she's got on. She's got on, like, tan-colored khakis, a like a sage green tank top, and she's running among this tall field of grass, where she could with a Hawaiian shirt. Be camouflaged, if not for this fucking bright red Hawaiian shirt she's wearing. Bitch, take it off!
Right. Let's feed it to a gator. That's what she should have done. Fed it to a gator, so they would have thought that she got eaten. Fucking better movie.
There you go. Come on, Wes.
Come on,
no
Wes.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
She trips and falls in an open road as she's being chased, and out pops Swamp Thing again.
And she literally shoos him. She says, shoo. And this is where we get a real good look at that suit.
Yeah.
It's not good, guys.
The suit. leaves a lot to be desired.
Especially for 82.
Yeah.
We were talking...
And a movie that presumably had a higher budget than Humanoids from the Deep.
Or Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
When that was mostly makeup.
Yeah.
And this is... I mean, it's to the point where you can see in the armpits,
you can,
like...
Yeah,
like
you can
creasing.
see... creases.
Yeah.
And even, like, as he's walking, like, pants...
Yeah.
Like, you could see pants.
Yeah.
Like not skin tight.
Right.
This was not a skin tight suit.
No.
By
Not
any
that,
means.
like, anything better, and I think that it necessarily would be better today. Well, yes, it would. But we would probably just do fucking CGI on it and call it a day, and it would have got garbage anyhow. So.
Yeah. True.
Which that makes me wonder. Keep talking. I'm going to look and see what the most recent one looks like.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. So she shoos Swamp Thing away. Poor thing. And he just kind of goes.
Yeah, because he is not speaking at this time.
No, he's not speaking.
Mm-mm. And by the by, she does not know who this is.
No, she just thinks it's some creature that's saving her inexplicably. No, thank you. By the way, what a bitch. So
it's not CGI. It is practical, and it looks fucking awesome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guys, look it up.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That looks really good. And red eyes, why?
He does have him in the comics.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I mean, and there's pictures from in different lights. Mm-hmm. Looks awesome.
Nice.
So
nice.
Oh, I think we talked about this. Yeah, we did sort of kind of talk about this. So while we're talking about Cable and Swamp Thing, they, in the comics, have a child. And I don't know. I know they have sex because
I don't know how it works.
Well, they have sex because it's a weird, like, LSD trip sort of thing.
Okay. I can imagine. That'll be explained. Hold on.
I will find it and send it to you.
Oh, God. Great.
I mean, it's not graphic. It's not graphic at all. Huh. Like, she's, like, one with the flowers that grow off of
Right.
him.
Well, yeah, I can imagine.
But
because of the material that's on it. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Back at Arcane's, Ferret tells Arcane about Swamp Thing, and then he's just, like, they shot him, and bullets didn't stop him.
No.
Arcane wants Ferret to bring him Swamp Thing and the Notebook. Find the girl, and the beast will follow. The Notebook. But this is, at this point, Arcane realizes there's a seventh last notebook of research that is key that he needs.
Yeah. And, going back to my notes. Okay.
This is the gondola ride that it is.
Oh my God.
I called it a gondola. It was a sweet looking gondola ride through the swamp.
Yeah. Oh God. This is where,
That's what it looks
I go, this is a weird scene with
it is a little weird.
A 30-year-old woman and a 12-year-old child.
And the child is the one doing the rowing.
It was
the fuck?
Yeah, it was not. I didn't. The
I don't think
optics
it was,
were not good on that one.
No.
And this music that's playing in the background is
very
like romantic. It was like kiss girl,
and they had like a vase. Oh, I thought it was a vase with flowers, but you said it was something else.
It's a doll. I think it's something with. I'm assuming this is a voodoo swamp thing sort of. Swamp Thing. Like Louisiana, sort of. That's what it looked like. Some sort of, I could be wrong, but that's what it looked like. Like, to maybe ward off bad juju or whatever.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So they go to the lab, what's left of the lab, but Swamp Thing is there first.
He's doing some sciencing.
He's trying.
He's trying to science
Every
so hard.
time he's trying to pour stuff from one beaker to another, and he keeps breaking the beaker because he has superhuman strength. He's frustrated and just going roar.
Roar. Arg.
She arrives watching him do this and then grabs the notebook, and Swamp Thing watches as she rows away. Swamp Thing sees another boat with paramilitary behind them and hides as they hunt him.
Oh,
okay.
You keep talking.
Okay.
I'm going to find that clip that I played last time.
Okay, yes. Yes.
So they're fighting like throughout. Like he's taking them down pretty easily.
Yes, and Swamp Thing fights back, complete with unnecessary explosions. Is what I said.
Right. One of the boats is literally launched into. It comes around the corner. He launches this boat, and these two in the boat. I think this might be. Yeah. Oh shit! In unison. That's what's the best.
That reminds me of something I have to show you. It's just so funny, and it's like seriously seconds long. Hold on.
I'm Dad. Come here, you gotta see this.
G.I. Joe. Do you remember? Have you seen all those?
You kids, get off my fucking lawn! Don't give him the stick.
Give him the stick.
Oh, G.I. Joe.
The one time was body massage.
Body massage. Me.
Whoever made those?
Honest to God, guys, look up the G.I. Joe PSAs if you haven't. I die laughing all the time. It's so
Sally's sandwiches.
Pork chop sandwiches. What do you kids get the fuck out of here?
Look at you all in your little outfits. Oh God, my friend. A friend of mine, I sent him, who is gay, and I sent him the Sally sandwiches ones. He's always like, Sally sandwiches. Look at you guys, your little outfits.
Cute little outfits. So good.
Oh God, guys,
I fucking love that.
You know what else I'm watching tonight? We'll back over those. God, it's so funny. No, I mentioned earlier. When we get to them falling in love? Question mark.
I guess. Alice decides to go back after all and help Swamp Thing since he saved her fucking life 8,000 goddamn times. You fucking. Ugh. So she gives Jude the notebook to take with him to the gas station. What?
Okay, I've got Swamp Thing's daughter's Wikipedia up.
Oh God,
Tefe Holland. Can I just tell you how she is conceived? She's DC, so remember that. You know Constantine is DC.
Yes. No. Why is there a connection there?
Oh God! A reprieve came. Wait. When the Green discovered, that the creature was still alive, they ordered the now redundant Sprout executed. That's Tefe.
Okay.
A reprieve came in the form of the hellbound magician John Constantine the Hellblazer. The Swamp Thing inhabited Constantine's body to impregnate his human wife Abby Holland with the seed of this sprout.
Oh, okay.
So she gets fucking knocked up by John Constantine.
I'd take one for you, Keanu Reeves. How about you?
Oh, yeah. Well, sure. You know that John Constantine was actually... but yes, because it's fucking Keanu Reeves. But, it was fashioned after Sting.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll fucking take Sting, too. Yes, thank you.
All
Tantric
right.
sex. Yes. Oh, anyhow, now that with that really weird tangent that we just diversion we went on to. Let's get that.
That's why people like us. Yeah, I think
that shiny little object out, like
sparkly
that we are.
Meow.
Get back on track.
Oh my gosh.
So now
she gives Jude the notebook to take back to the gas station, but Ferret unfortunately gets to him first. Yeah. So Swamp Thing has magical healing powers now? What the actual fuck?
Like I said, you can't heal his eyesight though. Bitches got to wear those big ass glasses.
He can't fix that sassy attitude, but I wouldn't want him to anyway.
Why couldn't Harry Potter repair his own eyes? Why couldn't he repair his eyes?
I don't know if that's how magic LASIK works. I don't know if I'd want anybody to...
Because why do anybody in the wizarding world
wear my fucking eyes? I'm not sure about that.
Why would anybody need to wear glasses in...
Well, most of the wizards don't, have you noticed?
Except
for
Harry.
Dumbledore and Harry.
Because Hermione fixes her teeth.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Yeah.
They didn't have to wear braces. What the fuck? But her parents are dentists as well.
Right.
That
was blew my... I was like... Well, I mean, she had buck teeth. That's what it was. So she had...
Well, that must have been painful, though. Fuck. To do it, like, instantly? Like, to fix something instantly? Ow.
Yeah.
like Harry's nose when it breaks.
Yes. When the Episcius nose.
Right. Which Luna fucking Epixis nose.
Like, he's like, fuck! Everything in that world seems just a little bit like, oh, fuck! Like,
yeah.
It's never easy. It's always like, oh, you're gonna splint yourself. What? Doing what?
Or, I have no trouble healing bones, but growing them back.
Fuck me. Like, everyone is, like, this close to death. Like, especially the students.
Yes.
It's a school where they're like, fuck it. We'll grow one back.
Jesus.
Okay. Anyway.
Enough about Potter.
But yeah, Harry Potter. This is where we get the line from Arcane about Swamp Thing and his brilliance.
Oh, right.
A strong adversary is like a beautiful, dangerous woman, and I've never been able to resist either.
Ugh.
Okay, cool.
Gross.
I mean...
Right.
Sure.
All right.
Same.
Alice is taken to Arcane's boat. Mm-hmm. She attacks Ferret after he fucking comes onto her. She fucking knees him in the balls. Good girl. Mm-hmm. And Ferret escapes into the water. Dude, Ferret... And then Swamp Thing appears. Duh.
Yeah. And he ends Ferret's life.
But not before Ferret fucking straight up... Because Ferret is chasing Alice around with a machete. Mm-hmm. He sees Swamp Thing and fucking straight up cuts his arm off with the machete. And it's like slicing a head of lettuce. No blood, no nothing. Nope.
It's already cauterized. Yeah. Again, so Cable's passed out. This is the point. Well, she wakes up lying on his furry chest.
Oh, yes.
He's put a orchid on her, and that's makes
where she
her
realize who it is.
And then he starts talking, and it's almost like when a toxic adventure starts.
Yeah, it's a very different voice.
Yeah,
but same eyes.
Yeah, which is funny since his eyes are red.
Right, in the comic book, it's supposed to be red. And he speaks. She realizes it's Holland. Oh, we're so never making out, are we?
Yeah, because she was like thinking about it, but she's like, nah.
I know. There's a moment where she like goes to him.
Yeah, and he turns,
or she turns, and then just puts her head on his chest again. And he's like, oh, we're so not making out.
Yeah, he's like, God damn it, this isn't gonna prune itself. Come on,
seriously. It's resprouting. Ain't no Roundup strong enough in the world to kill this hard-on.
It's like it's as strong as a redwood.
Oh God!
Oh, Jesus.
He really does have wood. So
again, won't sand
itself.
Like
it splinters?
Won't sand itself.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Oh, and here's where we get PG tits.
Yeah, we do. Because she's like, I've gone through, I've been caught 17 times. I feel I need a bath in the same swamp I've been swimming around in.
Right, in the muddy water and okay.
All right, whatever, movie.
Whatever.
But we gotta see some good Barbeau tits. Bodacious Barbeau tits. That's what I call a motorboat.
Yeah. And poor Swamp Thing is left to just watch.
Yeah, he's
much like he did apparently when they were breeding.
Yeah, he
just has to watch.
Yeah, he's gonna go sand himself.
Cool. Cool.
shake his limb, jerking his own limb.
Honestly. Oh, we're close.
He does that, throw that notebook, like...
Oh, yeah, he chucks it for some reason.
He chucks it, and I was like, bitch, what did Deborah ever do to you? Like,
honestly.
Yeah, and again, we kidnap Swamp Thing and Cable again. And then we have two lines that are really, actually, I thought, like, too good for this fucking movie.
You think?
The one
was, yes, that's right.
The man who loves gives hostages to fortune. And then Swamp Thing says, because this was
Alice is like, why? And she looks at him like, why, are you just letting them take you?
And he says, the only way out is through.
So profound.
Yeah. Awesome. They're just fighting.
They're just fighting.
We're fighting. Go back inside. We're fighting.
Like two pigs fighting under a blanket.
All right, then we get a Swamp Thing wipe, like in Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
We get this one's like
scene change.
Yeah, then we get to this.
We go to Arcane's.
Yeah.
And they celebrate in his home with a bunch of naked dancing ladies. Okay. Yep. Again, PG.
Yeah. And no one's asking why this one bitch is tied to a chair.
Right. What the fuck?
Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, it's another Saturday night.
So Arcane, being the self-professed genius he is, uses the notebooks to create the substance.
Yeah. And he sneaks it to Bruno.
Yes, to poor Bruno, because Ferret is dead by this point.
Yeah. Well, Swamp
Thing. Yeah, totally killed him. After he cut off his arm, and that's fair.
And he turns into a little goat man. Kind of like Wee Man from Jax's
thing?
Yeah. Jackass.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a Weasley got a weird little goat. I don't know. But it's supposed
like a satyr.
Yeah. It's Pan.
So Arcane confronts Holland on why the formula didn't work on Bruno. And Holland explains that the substance only enhances your essence, what you truly are. Mm-hmm. So Bruno was a weasel, apparently.
Yeah.
And apparently Holland was this big, buff, organic piece of ass.
Yeah, because he's like, why isn't he strong like you? And he says, there's nothing hidden, no secrets. What Bruno took was what changed me. It only amplifies your essence. It simply makes you more of what you already are.
Which is kind of...
It's cool. That's cool. But then,
like in a comic book, that's fucking sweet.
But then Arcane starts to do some shot. He's like, I think I'm going to attempt some fate.
Right, because Arcane's like, well, I'm a genius, so it'll just enhance my genius more.
Because you're such a genius that you came up with this.
Right. And such a genius, which is why it didn't work the first time. But anyway.
Right.
It's fine. Arcane decides to take it himself since he's a self-professed genius.
Yeah.
As he begins to change.
He's got fat hands at this point.
Whoa, jeez.
He had little carny fat hands like mine.
It was like the Howling.
Yeah.
Starting to change, but they didn't do a whole lot of it.
It was not
transition.
Right. We do not fix. It's not a fixed shot on him. Yeah. We don't get the view. We get shots of the transformation.
We go back and forth between Arcane and his transformation, and then back to Swamp.
ST.
Growing
his.
I.e. Dr. Holland.
Growing his what I thought was possibly a dick. I was like, what is happening? And then his arm is growing back. What's she gonna do with that dick?
Little
sprout. That's so cute.
It's because of the sun. The sunshine makes him stronger. The sunshine helps him regenerate or some shit.
Yeah.
The specs in this are pretty sweet. Arcane becomes a giant humanoid boar. That's the best as I could explain it.
Yeah, because I wrote, he turns into a bat.
A bat?
A giant bat. I wrote, who is this bat thing? I don't know. Again, this has been a while since I've seen this movie. My other note is, why is this movie so fucking dark?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But that makes sense if the sun comes in and that's why his arm grows.
Yeah.
Whatever movie. Oh, no. There must have been some other bat thing because later on I wrote, Arcane is now a weird Muppet werewolf thing. Oh my God, he's either Bebop or Rocksteady.
He does. He looks like Bebop.
And then Wee Man Bruno helps them escape.
Oh yes. They jump into a well that's in the middle of this floor for no reason.
Right.
That leads them out to the swamp. But Arcane, now fully formed, follows them out. Final showdown time.
One thing that I was like, fuck you movie, is she has to be in this like white
this weird gown.
But it's a white dress.
Yeah.
Has to be so she can get soaking wet.
Right, exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you. Thanks, Wes. Thanks. Now the full transformation of Arcane looks like a shitty Spirit Halloween werewolf.
What? So bad. And he's carrying a sword.
Yes.
He brought a sword with him.
Yes.
To a swamp fight.
So then, he stabs Cable.
Yeah. He stabs Alice right in the chest.
Right in the titties.
Right just above her boob.
Yeah, almost
like right in the heart. So she passes out.
Yeah.
And Swamp Thing becomes enraged and finally beats Arcane.
My note is, wait, she's dead? No, there's a second movie. They have a kid.
Exactly.
Oop, there's the magic lead on her tit.
Yeah. He uses his healing power to heal Alice. And all that comes off of her is a little bit of moss. She's got a mossy chest.
She's got a mousy chest. Oh, well, Bebop is awoken.
Oh, God. Yes, and it's like, just die, please.
Fucker.
He won't die.
He punches him right in the dick.
Oh, yeah.
Swamp Thing gets him right in the cojones.
And yeets him back into the swamp.
Yep.
Oh, he finally stabs him with his own sword. That was sweet.
Yeah. Well, then Cable, so, here's the HEA. Cable wants to stay, and he's like, girl, I work alone.
There's something.
I gotta go do science by myself.
He resigns himself to the swamp life to live. Hey, there's Jude.
Hey, Jude. Nice to have you back.
You're better at that. You're so much better at that. I love it.
I'm kind of interested in Swamp Thing too.
Are you?
Kind of. I mean, I downloaded the comics, one of the anthologies, but I think I came in like it doesn't feel like it's the first because there's no explanation as to why.
Aren't there 3? Or are there just 2?
I think it's still running.
Really?
I think. I don't know. Huh. It says first appearance, publication date. Yeah, I don't know. Number of episodes, 10. List of that's the TV show. Yeah, so let's rate this bitch.
All right, let's do it. First off, blood and gore. How many blood droplets do you give it?
1.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
1, because there really wasn't any.
No.
Spooky scary.
1. Sorry, I was looking at something and I was like not paying attention.
I wrote 0. It wasn't scary at all.
Well, I just, But
again, that goes back to the fact that this is more of a comic book movie.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Scooby Scary. Yeah, 0, but
it could have been.
Yeah, because sometimes we say 0, sometimes we say 1. And,
yeah. Sex and nudity.
1.
I did 2. For PG? A PG movie?
Oh yeah,
had a lot of tits.
This was
Holy
before.
shit!
This was for Gremlins because Gremlins, I think, was the thing that started PG-13.
Yeah, it did. Mm-hmm. Fun and entertainment. How many cold black hearts do you give it?
as much as, I mean, it was fine. Like I said, I might be interested to watch Swamp Thing too. It's funny, like when we recorded before, I think we were both a little bit more pro than we are now. Whereas we're farther away from it, we're like, fuck this movie.
Yeah.
And having gone over Humanoids again and liking it more this time as we talk through it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 2.
I said 1. Yeah. It was okay.
It was fine.
It wasn't a horror movie.
Yeah, I guess again, it's enough that I'm interested.
It's a comic book movie. As a comic book movie, it was really good.
Yeah.
As a horror movie,
yeah, it's interested me enough that I'm like, check out that fucking show.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know, this is gonna be a bummer when I get to episode 10. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay.
Okay.
All right, what do we do now?
Recommendations.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I forgot what I recommended last time, so it'll be something new.
Okay, so I'll go then to give you a minute. I just watched a short docuseries that's 4 hours total. It's 4 episodes, half an hour each, on HBO Max called Not So Pretty. And it's a docuseries about things that are in our beauty products, like hair and nails and makeup, and I forgot what the fourth one was. That
cleaning products?
No.
That
are potentially dangerous and that have harmed people in the past. Prime example, the first episode was about makeup, and in certain like powders and foundations and stuff like that, one of the base ingredients is talc.
Yeah.
Talc grows with asbestos, so it's extremely difficult and asbestos is fibrous, so it's extremely difficult to completely remove. It's nearly impossible according to scientists, and yet there's still talc contained in most makeup, most
baby powder,
baby powder, precisely. That's why Johnson & Johnson got sued out the ass for their baby powder, because the main ingredient was talc.
Yeah. Is it any wonder cancer is so fucking rampant?
Because it's in fucking everything.
Yeah. It's like somebody trying to take out corn syrup. Good luck.
Yeah.
It's in everything.
And the one they did on nails was interesting because of they interviewed a lot of, this was really cool. They interviewed a lot of Vietnamese women and men because of the beauty industry and how much, because they were constantly around this stuff, constantly around these chemicals, breathing it in, it gave them cancer and gave them birthing defects.
Oh my God.
Like when they were trying to have kids, and they had a lot of them died very young. And they, at the time, they had no service industry union for that kind of stuff.
This is here, right?
Here in the U.S. These are refugees,
right,
from the Vietnam War.
Come to our country. We won't acknowledge you as a U.S. citizen,
right?
And then get cancer and die.
Right.
Awesome,
it's
cool.
Really sad. Now this docuseries, it's not intended to be, and I was really careful to keep this in the forefront of my mind while watching it, that this is not supposed to be one of those everything's going to kill you kind of things.
Right.
They're just dissecting into certain products.
More informative and just
and that's basically calm. And the cool thing was at the end of each episode, they put up a QR code to link you to, stuff like for the documentary about if you want to look for products, and they recommended apps to look for products, beauty products that like hair, skin, nail, skin. That was the other one. Your skin regimen products for things that are free of certain chemicals and certain,
that's cool.
Like paraben and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That are free of certain chemicals, so you can feel a little more educated and conscientious about what you're buying.
Oh,
so that at the very least, I thought that was
something
cool.
similar with brands that don't test on animals too.
Right. There are dozens of websites and apps and stuff like that do it. I think one of them is called one of the ones that they recommended was called Skin Deep.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that I want to check out, that has stuff about like certain the thing about the skin products were, certain fragrances. That's why there's this guy on YouTube named Hiram who reviews a lot of like skin beauty products and what your skin type is and what it's really good for and what's good for you, what's not good for another person. It's not good for everybody, not
right.
But he preaches and preaches and preaches and preaches fragrance-free products because the fragrance, parfum, has certain chemicals in it that are not supposed to be ingested or go onto your skin or into your pores like that.
Yeah.
Particularly with beauty products.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're spraying perfume, that's one thing.
Right.
But fragrance is in soap. It's in fucking everything.
Yeah.
Even cleaners, that you don't need it to be in.
Yeah.
So things like that. It's really cool, actually. I found it very educational.
Where is it at?
Which one?
The documentary.
Oh, the documentary is on HBO Max.
Okay.
You can go to, I think, hbomax.com/not-so-pretty.
Cool.
For more information.
Awesome.
Yay! What is your recommendation?
I am going to recommend, since we were just talking about it earlier, I rewatched Beetlejuice for like the fourth time this year.
Oh, hell yeah.
God, that movie's great, guys. I mean, if you've not seen it, okay,
where the fuck are you?
Are you a fucking American? I'm just kidding. You might not be. But I mean,
we still love you. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm just joshing. Tim Burton's like pretty much what made him.
Yes,
honestly.
It absolutely did.
I mean, I don't know if he would have gotten some of the other jobs that he got because of
Beetlejuice was a huge hit.
It was, and no one thought that Michael Keaton was going to be funny, and fuck me, he's the best part of that movie.
He is.
Some of his
really
the stuff that he just fucking mumbles is the best.
He is so good.
He's so good in it. I love Michael Keaton in general, but
the show.
Yeah, so it's not. Speaking of HBO Max, it's on HBO Max.
Whee!
All right, what do we have coming up?
Well, I am super excited about these because I saw the remake. I've never seen the original. I've only ever seen the remake with a bunch of my girlfriends, and it was like us and one other couple that was in the theater, and we were like yelling and screaming at the screen, and they were laughing at us. And it was such a fun. I remember it being such a fun fucking movie.
It's got Timothy Olyphant in there, right?
Yes, it does.
God, I love him and his big teeth. Suck on them big teeth.
We are going to review The Crazies, the original from 1973, and the remake, which was fucking decent from 2010.
Yeah.
So I am super stoked about that. I'm really, really excited. And then after that, we're doing another double feature, as in original and remake. We are watching both.
Yeah, go ahead and announce. Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
Go ahead and announce first.
So we're going to watch The Wicker Man. Both of them.
Bees. Oh no, not the bees. How to get burned. I want to do every Nicolas Cage scream line
my God.
in a very calm manner.
You should. That'll be fun.
How to get burned.
God. So that's our September.
Rowan. So what I was thinking of, because they're one-offs, because it's not like part of a series.
Yeah.
We just say remake month.
Remake month. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, because we actually are going to probably do some shuffling maybe, because I sprung something on Ween this week when I realized that Evil Dead 5...
Yeah.
Evil Dead Rise, I think it's what it's called, is coming out. So I was like, we probably should do
Very
Evil Dead.
Excited.
Yeah, so there will be a remake in that one, on that list.
Yeah.
But if they're calling it the 5th installment, that might not be a remake. They might actually be considering that like a reboot like a
sequel.
Yeah, like that, because what it is they go back to that cabin.
Oh, no shit.
So maybe that's just a new, because the horror never left.
Yeah.
Ash did.
Right.
Because Ash went to medieval times. Sorry.
Huzzah.
I was thinking of the cable guy. Okay, so how do people find us?
Well, you can please email. And again, please email us with any local haunted house ideas in the Northeastern Ohio area. You can email us on Gmail at boozeboobsandblood. That's boozeboobsandbloodpodcast at gmail.com. On Twitter at boozeboobsblood. Instagram, boozeboobsandbloodpodcast. Facebook, Ween and Ray, or just type in Booze, Boobs, and Blood Podcast. You could probably find it that way. TikTok, Booze, Boobs, Blood Podcast.
We have a Threadless store, which you can get to from our website, but also if you are on Threadless, it's Booze, Boobs, Blood. We also have a Letterboxd account, and that is Booze, Boobs, Blood, which we should also probably figure out our stars before.
Oh, yes.
Not tonight. Well, after we record.
Yeah.
After we hit stop. Or my mom will shoot.
And save.
You and I'm going to do it in front of you. Oh my God. and I'm immediately going to send it over to that computer. But this has actually been better because I think this is a better show.
Oh, yes, actually. I think it was good. This is really good.
We're not as hammered as we were the first time.
That's okay, though.
I mean...
Sometimes that's fun.
Yeah.
Especially during Texas Chainsaw. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck. I
had to get hammered for that. So, Ray.
Yeah.
How do we end this thing?
I don't know. We don't have an end.
We don't really. You know what I was thinking?
What's
we
that?
We usually go later, bitches. Yeah. But I was thinking we could just do like our horror movie scream. Our final girl scream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
Ready?
Let's go away from the mic. Hold on. Okay, ready?